friends, and welcome to Candlekeep Mysteries. It's been a couple weeks. We've had
a while.
We've had some technical difficulties during the last couple of weeks, or we've had people out sick or whatever, but we're back. We're here.
Sickness
is
a technical in case people are not sure what's going on right now, certain areas of the American continent are experiencing extreme heat waves that are threatening technological ability to do things. So please bear with us as we attempt to not cook.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely part of it.
That's probably the curse that we're going to try and fix in this campaign, isn't it?
Well,
it's not Black Scroll anymore. It's like just sunburn.
Nah. This curse doesn't melt you. It does other stuff.
Oh boy.
But yeah. So welcome back. I've got a couple quick Roll20 related announcements before we get into our banter. But there's some stuff going on, special event stuff coming up for Roll20, and keep your eyes out for, was it announced this weekend, Dave? Do you know if there's official stuff out about this yet?
I don't think so. It's going to be a little event based on a feature that we'll find out some more stuff about. And I know all the stuff because I might be writing another blog for it.
Oh, sweet. All right. Well, do you want to take these announcements, Dave? You know more about it than I do.
Actually, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about the announcements. I just know about the thing.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Announced.
There's a thing to be announced that I am announcing in an announcement right now, pre-announcement. And then there's also cool the Wild Beyond the Witchlight and Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos, currently on first time ever pre-order sale on Roll20 version on Roll20.net. So if you're interested in either of those things, definitely check it out. And yes, I see cams are not in the correct place because I was so busy setting everything else up that I didn't position cameras correctly. So let's just everybody
shuffle.
Do a quick shuffle.
Everybody just quickly shuffle it for me, please. We'll show you what we do in the pre-production here. Okay. Dave first, I think. Dave. Activate. Then yeah, okay, all right, and then let's see, Aki. Let's try Aki. Let me check if that's right. Sorry, we've got a lot of overlays. Yeah, we're good. And Drak. Okay.
Me.
We did it.
Cool. That's
Drak disappeared.
Or
double clicked.
Wait.
Stay with us.
You, Drak.
Come back.
Oh, no.
Drak.
It's not working.
Drak, no.
Interesting.
Dear.
Hold on.
All right. Brief technical snafu. It's fine.
But I can tell you that the announcement's actually tomorrow.
Oh, it is? Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, keep your eyes on the Roll20 Twitter.
It's going to be an event and some streams and some new stuff which I've got to play with. And it's really
Drak,
cool.
I see why it's not working. It's because you currently have your video on in our Google Meets chat. So turn it off there and then turn it on. Yeah.
Oh,
there we go. Okay.
Look at that.
Come back to
Problem
you.
solving.
So we have Google Meets for the captions, and sometimes it interacts poorly with other chatting media. Indeed. There we go. Things are fixed. Okay, cool. Well, with the announcements clearly out of the way, get your pre-orders for the various things that are on pre-order in Roll20 right now if you're interested. Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos sounds fun.
I don't understand why anything concerning chaos would be interesting or fun to this group.
Yeah.
That doesn't track.
Doesn't track.
How's everybody been in the prevailing weeks between our previous encounters? I mean, some of us have seen each other recently, and some of us have not. But Drak, let's go Drak first. Drak, tell me
first.
in the previous 3 weeks, what cool things have you done that I should know about?
What cool things have I done? I don't know if I talked about this. I don't know. I'm gonna say even if it happened in the last 3 weeks because time is an illusion. But I'm writing for a game called. Remember, come on, Drak. I'm writing for many things. I'm trying to remember which one specifically has been announced. Necrobiotic.
Oh,
I'm going to be writing for Necrobiotic. ran a little mystery adventure for that system because they reached a stretch goal for my story. Also been doing a month-long charity event over on French Road Dance with the Trevor Project, and that's coming to an end tomorrow with one last charity stream. We're going to be playing Pasión de las Pasiones, so it's going to be very like a telenovela one shot. There's going to be very messy and dramatic. I don't know, someone's long lost evil twin brother is probably going to show up at some point. Well, it's got my vaccine, which is great, which is one of the reasons why one of the weeks we didn't do it, because I was knocked the hell out.
Was that your first one or your second one?
Get vaccinated if you can.
Yes, please get vaccinated.
Drak, I specifically was like, I got to do it on a Saturday, because if I do it on a Sunday, I'll fuck it up and we'll have to wait another week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. Okay. And then I was like, all right, embraced, I'm ready for it. And just nothing happened. I was so lucky. I was like, oh.
I did not take the day off the day after I got
my
shot, and we did a desperate gamble that day. I remember kind of feeling like, but I already know for a fact, based on what I've heard about other people's experience, that my symptoms were super mild. I had
that's good.
A small headache for most of the day, and it was kind of fatigued, but otherwise was mostly fine, and by the next day it was like nothing had happened.
You can't get fatigued if you're chronically fatigued.
I don't know that's how that works.
I mean, you can, but I played through an entire like 4-hour tabletop campaign thing yesterday on Roll For It, where I was like fever, chills, and just like sweating, being like, I roll the dice. I do. Yep, that's what I do.
No. Yeah, no, I couldn't. Because the thing is, when I got my shot, not only did I get my shot, but also, so I moved back into my parents' place. So I went all the way back to my dorm to get my stuff so I can bring it back. And we took like a bunch of public transport. So it took like 3 or 4 hours each way. So I was already running on no sleep plus the vaccine, because like it was a drop in kind of thing. Because my initial plan was going to be in like 2-3 weeks. And I was like, hey, for just today, we're going to be doing a drop-in center. I was like, I'm going to do it. I want to get my vaccine done
right away.
So yeah, I was running on 2 hours of sleep and a vaccine shot. So it was just not working for me when it came to fatigue.
I get
the next day I was
like literally no problem, but it's just so funny that like like for 3 weeks we've just had like an issue on Monday. I kept saying to Luke, the like social media manager for Roll20 or whatever, I'm like, hey Luke, and they're hey,
should we just tell you when we can play instead of when we can play?
So we can't play again this week. And Luke's like, okay, change the sort of like never said anything, but I just implied, like a vibe, But that's cool. I'm super glad that that you're fully vaccinated up and that you're doing some writing. That sounds super fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I see why people do it now. I tried it once. I was like, wow, this was great. I want to do more. So since then, I've just been taking every single opportunity I could get to write something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. Get some credits.
How about you, Arky? What's been the prevailing theme over the last 3 weeks?
I'll show you.
Okay.
First, I have to release myself from my chains here. I keep myself chained to
blink twice if you need help, I guess.
Give me a second.
Hey, Dave, how about you?
No, I'm coming right back.
Okay, all right. I didn't know how long it was.
No, it's gonna take 2 seconds.
I didn't know how long it was gonna take, so I was just trying to.
Oh no way!
It's a sword.
What?
I commissioned a sword to be forged for my birthday this year.
Neat.
I commissioned it back in February, and I just got it this past weekend. But yes, I now own.
Lift it a little higher. I can't
sword.
see the grip.
Yeah, part. I wanted to show you, like.
And
then this is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
It's an Italian longsword. Her name is Gloria.
That's a good Italian longsword name for sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try and commission a matching dagger as well, and name that Violetta.
It's also a good name.
Can you like link me to who you commissioned it?
It was Gil. It was Gil. I commissioned Gil. Yeah.
Okay.
Gil the Vlogsmith, who some of you might know as the Don't Fuck Me Gil of Critical Role fame. Yeah. I commissioned my sword from him.
Cool beans.
Yeah, this is his mark, I think. His little mark.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Cool. But yes, I mean, obviously, other stuff has happened in the 3 weeks aside from getting a sword. But sword.
That's the most important thing. I understand.
It is.
Yeah.
I get it. Other stuff has happened, but sword. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, I'd feel too.
How about you, Dave? What's new? What's new in the Dave zone? Or not new, or not even new. Like 3 weeks is a long period of time in which to.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I got called back. I can't remember which show I talked about this on, so hopefully it was this show, so the story's going to make sense. But I remember talking a few months ago about going off to the hospital and having the weirdest thing happen to me, where I saw an ex I hadn't seen for literally 10 years.
Oh yeah, it was this
show.
It was the show, yeah.
Might see where this is going.
Okay, yeah.
As I went back last week, totally different area of the place, totally different thing that we're dealing with. Come out of my appointment, sitting in the waiting room on the same chair I had been sitting on while I was waiting for my appointment. Again.
You're just running into this person like all the time now?
It's the most improbable thing that has ever happened to me. I thought the first time was, but double. That's mental.
double
that's
the same person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my weird story.
Fair enough. I mean that is on par, I think, with sword news in terms of.
I think sword news is better.
I mean, it is like better, yes, but like in terms of like probability and like things that happen.
The probability of me and your ex and getting a sword named Glora is about the same.
You know, it's like about the same. It's about the same.
Sword now. Well, I have one, but
oh god, I really want a sword.
Gloria and Violetta are going to make somebody's life very miserable one day.
Okay.
Okay. FBI.
You might want to. Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to keep that a little quieter than you know, like.
Don't worry,
I can't talk about. Never mind.
I'm taking all the heat on this show. I've said much more suspect, violent things, so they'll be looking at me. Don't worry, you get passed.
There are definitely a couple of previous episodes of this show where it's been like, Dave's just joking, everyone. Dave is
just joking. Oh.
I don't know when to stop.
Are they?
Meeting your ex at sword point is the next step. Yeah, that's the next.
I mean,
next.
how else do the gays pick up other people if not by point of sword?
A duel on a bridge at dawn.
Most romantic thing you could ever do is sword fight a lover.
Honestly, yeah.
Exactly.
That's how my parents got married, actually.
I can think of a couple of things.
I believe you, even if it's not true. It's how this character's parents probably met as well.
Honestly, yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, now that's canon. That's the thing. Blur's parents met, Azul's parents met at Sword Point, for sure.
What have I done in the last 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Painted lots of miniatures and tried not to die. That's basically it.
We premiered the second season of Desperate
and
Gamble.
we did do the first episode of the new season of Desperate Gamble. We didn't get to do an episode this past week because of the heat wave ruining our day and equipment. But
wait, so you actually fully damaged people's equipment?
I mean, computers don't turn on if they're hot enough.
Yep.
Good God. Yeah. Okay.
He's got a message. He's like, I can't send this message from my computer because it doesn't turn on.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I can't turn my computer on. It's literally too hot to do.
Let's not do the thing then.
Yeah. Thankfully, my little studio is in the basement of our house, so it's like a little bit colder. So I'm usually okay, but it is that hot, like on the West Coast. It's bad.
There have been a lot of good tweets going around about like cheap alternatives for cheap ways to keep cool if you don't have air conditioning, which a lot of areas in like the Pacific Northwest specifically don't have because it's never hot there. But yeah, and I know that like England isn't very different in that regard.
Oh yeah, no.
Either, yeah?
If we get a heat wave, we're going to suffer. Right now,
if we get any kind of weather that isn't just rain, we
even honestly, we don't deal with rain very well either. So...
Leaves on the tracks. There are trees there. You can see them. It might just happen. Useless.
They will stop the train because of leaves on the track?
Yes.
Depends on how much.
If it like really rains.
If it really rains, there's a lot of leaves. Yeah.
Okay. It has to be like extremely windy, or like not even snow will stop. Like extremely windy or extremely rainy in Japan in order for them to stop the trains. Basically, a typhoon had to hit before they would stop the trains.
Will that still go through earthquakes, or do they like pause?
No, they'll pause. The big one that happened back in 2011, like we were stuck on the tracks for about half an hour before we got going again.
Half an hour.
Their
trains are
and like an
good,
hour, right? An hour to like half an hour to an hour. Yeah, I was on a train when that earthquake happened.
Wow.
Wild.
Yeah, no. If someone sneezes too hard, we have we have so many disturbances on the train lines.
I feel those bendy buses, if someone drops like a sharp object, it just pierces it, and the two halves just like fly off in different directions.
I feel
somebody comes in with a katana and just goes.
It's rather an action movie way. That's awesome.
I feel like in Edmonton, it's like because the place gets really hot and really cold and really snowy and really desert blasting heat-y, like no matter what year it is, nothing stops for anything. So if you really if you want a snow day, the snow in winter, the snow's got to cover the door of the school. You know what I mean? Like the entire door. And that's the only way you're getting any kind of like weather warning here. But it is unseasonably warm.
Where I grew up, we did get snow days, not because we were unable to clear the snow, like in the main areas or around schools where those resources were available, but because we lived out like in an area where a lot of our people lived way out in the sticks, and there's no way a bus is getting to them or a car is getting out of there. So like often school was canceled because like if your students were spread out wide enough, like there was no way to get to them.
I'm pretty sure we got snow days here because everybody wanted a day off, and it was a really good excuse.
I mean, that's a good.
We didn't get enough snow to actually.
That's a good way to go about it though as well. Yeah. And people are probably like, "When are you gonna play some D&D, guys?" Well,
just the last thing we have talked about
in this game.
What's up, Dave?
Yeah. We should probably for folks.
I got you.
Shiny side aluminum on the windows, facing out, and cardboard is your budget way. So please do stay safe.
And try to put the foil on the outside of the windows and not the inside of the windows. Yeah. Otherwise, you might like crack them or something.
Yeah.
Pro tips.
I mean, I was gonna say like. The preamble is long and enjoyable because I haven't seen you. I feel like this month has just been like we haven't got to hang out. You know, you're just like I want to hang out with people. You know,
been a weird month.
For those of you who were asking earlier about our other cast member, the wonderful Persephone, who was with us for the first 3 episodes of this show, they have some other stuff they have to like deal with in this time slot. And so we'll have a new cast member starting next week for a little while, and then we're gonna go from there. You know, however it goes. The 4 of us at least ride for now. You know, and
I meant to say about the I'm part of the program that's colonizing the moon. And we won't have any internet up there, so I might need a stream delay of like about 100 years.
Jeffrey Bezos reached out to you?
No, he did reach out, but that gave me the information I needed to sneak in, and I will eventually murder him.
Dave is a moon rebel. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. You plan to spread that wealth around a little bit?
Also,
for sure.
Also, FBI, Dave was joking.
FBI, Dave just joking. If somehow Jeff Bezos dies and in the middle of his way to the moon, it's just a coincidence.
Wasn't Dave's fault.
I'd love if I could be attributed to that going down in history.
That sounds terrible. Let's not. It's not a good.
Dave is just gonna spend the rest of their life in that one song. That's just it wasn't me.
Yeah. Yeah, just the Shaggy song. Yeah.
But that's the rest of Dave's life. The Shaggy song.
Yeah. Cool. Well, maybe it's time to look at our campaign a little bit here. So, and by campaign, I mean short adventure called The Scrivener's Tale from Candlekeep Mysteries. We are one episode into it. We've played like one episode, and I'll give you a brief recap so that everybody remembers where we are and what we're doing and who are we, you know? So we started off last session by getting the group together in Candlekeep, and they accidentally stumbled across a cursed tome via the poor librarian skills of one of the local scribes in Candlekeep, who accidentally filed a cursed book with a whole bunch of non-cursed books. And they are now cursed with the Scrivener's Tale curse. And there's writing like scrawled up their arms.
Suboptimal.
That is like doing bad stuff. They like the effect currently is that they don't cast reflections or have shadows, for example. And there's a positive thing as well, which is that you can understand and read Sylvan without actually knowing it. So when the elves were talking to you from the back of those Fomorians, you understood them.
I thought it was just because I spoke Sylvan.
Well, if you already speak Sylvan, then you get no benefits, so that's good.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Don't worry, it can get worse / better.
Yay.
So our wonderful players consulted the head reader, and she told them that she knew who previously owned that copy of The Scrivener's Tale, and that they might know where to find more information on the whole getting the curse uncursed thing. And so our adventurers set off from Candlekeep to head to Baldur's Gate to talk with what was his name? I think it's Machiavel Rillen. Rillen was the family. I'm going to check that. Machil Rillen, who was the previous owner of the Scrivener's Tale. And that they have an estate in Baldur's Gate, the Rillen family, who are some kind of like noble family. That they have an estate in Baldur's Gate where people might be able to tell them a little bit more. On their way to Baldur's Gate, they were ambushed when they stopped to rest by a group of elven wizards riding big old Fomorian mounts, who wanted presumably the Scrivener's Tale from them.
I don't think they ever told us what they wanted. I think they just tried to kill us.
I mean, they said, give it to us, and you said, what? And they said, fuck that, blew you up.
I shot lasers at them.
If you don't know what it is, then we'll just take it, you know? Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We know it's here. So that happened. I don't think there were any survivors among the elves / Fomorians, so they're all dead, which is great.
Firestorm.
Yeah, Firestorm's pretty good.
Dispelled out of the sky, which was very funny.
The flying dispel was pretty neat. But so that's where we're at. You've just gone to bed, and I remember I think I gave you the dream that you needed about the 3 crowns or something. I can reread it if people need a refresher though.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So let me give you a refresher of the mysterious dream you all have while you are sleeping. This fine night after you were ambushed. The dream is as vivid as anything you remember from your actual life. You feel the sweltering sun beating down on you as you take shelter in the shadow of a tumble-down tower. In the distance, a vast army is on the march across mud-churned farm fields. The need to hide from the force overwhelms you, and you quickly retreat inside the tower. Inside the tower's half-ruined walls, you discover a boar spear that's driven shaft down into the ground, and whose head is adorned with 3 crowns. One limb of the spear's crossguard bears a narrow silver circlet. On the other hangs a crown of adamantine, shaped to be worn over a helm. And around the spearhead is a golden crown adorned with emeralds. You feel the need to seize one of them, and then the dream ends. And I believe it was you, Dave, your cleric, who succeeded on a history check to remember that the silver circlet, the adamantine crown, and the golden crown are symbols of Falorm, also known as the Realm of Three Crowns, and that this kingdom fell to an invasion of goblinoids nearly 900 years ago.
Thank you.
I think that's what I remember telling you.
Most of it. I mean, I'm not going to write down anything in a 3-session campaign.
Honestly, quite a lot of the information is like, if you filter this in through a longer campaign, there may be, you know what I mean, like kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I still want to provide it to you. It is here, and it tells me to.
We've had a long rest then.
Yeah. The idea is that you woke up from a long rest.
Oh,
yay!
good.
So you're all
I'm no
back.
longer at 7 hit points.
You're all back to your full capabilities. And back on your way to Baldur's Gate, I assume.
Yay.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Baldur's Gate.
There is no war at Baldur's Gate.
There's never been one. Never one at all. So, your trip to Baldur's Gate is about 150 miles from Candlekeep, obviously. So it's it's probably a couple days, just generally. So what we'll do is, like, there's nothing else to ambush you on your way there. I mean, there are things, but I don't really feel like doing them, so I'm not going to. Random encounters, woo. But that you got the narrative one already. It's the Fomorians. It's fine. So what we need to do though is, depending on the amount of time, I need you to make a certain roll. Let me just find it for you. I'm going through all my handouts here. I'm also trying to re-familiarize myself with this campaign that I put down for 3 weeks.
A few days ago was really rough.
Yeah. So I need you all to make me a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh no. Okay.
Just give me a charisma saving throw.
Cool.
I didn't do great, did I?
13. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. 9
out of 14.
God. Okay.
I have a +6 as well, so that's a 3 and a 2.
Fantastic. None of you succeed, which is great.
Oh. Okay.
So in failing said charisma saving throw, the level of the mark increases by 1. So more of that text crawls up your arm and covers up to your shoulder and writes around out of your sight over your back. Sort of
Mom's
stuff.
Definitely not going to be happy I got a tattoo while I was away.
Yeah.
This is definitely not the tattoo I was thinking about getting.
I need to. What I need to figure out.
I'm cursed.
Oh, okay. So it does say that a character can choose to fail, it doesn't matter, and that a character instantly becomes aware of any new benefits and drawbacks. So you know what it does. That's just what I wanted to check. So at level 2, the Scrivener's Mark allows you to cast the message cantrip at will with no components required. So you can cast message whenever you want. You can send a telepathic message to someone. But also, magic potions no longer affect you. No potions.
Oh.
No potions at all. Nothing.
Okay.
No potion works. Yeah. So you figure that out over the course of a little what do you call it? Vignette of potions not doing what you wanted them to over the course of your little travels.
Trying to chug a Rancor Rush, and you're just like,
yeah, Rancor Rush. You bringing things in from our other game, okay? Yeah. I mean, it would be a magic potion, certainly in D&D. And eventually, you find yourselves outside the foreboding, well, not foreboding, I guess, busy and rather dirty and cobblestone as hell gates of Baldur's Gate. one of the largest cities on the Swords Coast, but also reputed to be one of the most sort of criminally run cities. Baldur's Gate is separated into like an upper and lower city and a bunch of different districts, and the upper city is where you're gonna find like all the noble houses and various it's like a gated community for nobles, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And the lower city is just like, and everything from the upper city to the docks is like the lower city for the common folk and those you might consider common folk. But as you arrive at the gate, there's a group of Flaming Fist mercenaries, as there often is in Baldur's Gate. They are the privately contracted mercenary company that acts as the police here in Baldur's Gate, and they're not very police-y. But they're checking, people's belongings and looking over carts and signing people into the city or waving them through or, making them pay tariffs or whatever, that kind of stuff, like ahead of you. So there's a little bit of a queue as you're like lining up to get into the city.
Just a reminder.
Been here before?
I've been through here, I suppose. Didn't stay very long. I was honestly just here accompanying my father. So everywhere he went, I went, but that wasn't many places. We immediately left Baldur's Gate, so I'm just as new to this place as you are, I guess.
Yeah, same here. I came through on the way back up to Candlekeep for the first time. Didn't stick around long. These Flaming Fist, being a drow.
Yeah.
Well, debate, he's just played to stay.
Yeah, the Flaming Fists are not known for their tolerance, good nature, or general lack of corruption. They're like the most corrupt police force you can think of, basically.
Well, I mean, all cops are bastards. So.
Sure, but these are mercenary cop bastards, is what I'm saying.
Macab?
Amcab?
Amcab.
No, but all the mercenary part, you gotta add it in there,
Yeah.
Amcab.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
okay.
You're good. Yeah, Amcab.
But so yeah, you're waiting in line, and eventually you get to the sort of front while you're talking to each other, and one of the Flaming Fist officers, sort of with his helmet pulled back a little bit, so that he can breathe. He looks really sweaty. Like the chainmail is like very heavy, and he's got like a breastplate with a big Flaming Fist like symbol on it, and it just doesn't seem like a good day to be wearing like plate mail, And so he has his helmet, pulled back a little bit, and you can see some of his like wet brown hair plastered to the side of his head. And he says, "What's your purpose for being in the city today?"
We have come to speak to what's the name? Rillin. We came to see a man by the name of Rillin.
A man by the name of Rillin, is it?
We're heading up to the Noble District.
Right. Like, he looks you over, like, trying to discern whether or not that's probably a lie or not.
We've been sent by the
I'm sure you've heard of me. Have you heard of Blur? I'm Blur's son, actually, so you don't need to worry about anything. They're with me.
Roll me something. Give me a roll. Like a charisma of a sort. Like an influence or a deception. Like a persuasion or a deception.
Oh, boy.
Well, nothing that we're saying is a lie. So.
Yeah, nothing saying that.
I'll give you advantage because you like name dropped a famous, like your famous dad or whatever, and that's like the exact kind of thing that should work here.
That was great.
All right.
My charisma's not very high. It's a 0. So
you know what? It's more than 10. I'm gonna give it to you. He goes like, yeah, I think I heard of him. Like he's like a moment of recollection, and it says like, all right, 3, you're good to go. Just don't cause any trouble while you're, in the city, and we won't have no trouble.
Of course, we'll never cause you trouble.
Oh, good. That's what I like to hear. And he like pushes, kind of like waves you past, and you basically cease to exist in his perception once he's waved you through. He like turns to the next person, and it's like some guy with a turnip cart or whatever, and he's like, you can see his like expression just fall as he knows he's gonna have to like look it over.
I don't like that guy.
Yeah, I suppose, but they're probably not feeling very great. It's very, very warm to be wearing sort of plate armor right now, so I don't really blame their grumpy demeanor right at the moment.
That's not an excuse.
No. The Flaming Fist are just terminally unfriendly, unfortunately, as an organization.
They are a bit.
Shall we?
Yes, we shall.
So you're looking for the upper city, yeah? The gates to which are fairly obvious. It's like a castle where there's sort of like an elevated next wall, and that wall leads up into the upper city, and there's like it has its own fortifications and everything. But so you make your way through the sort of dirty streets of Baldur's Gate. Unlike Waterdeep, which is kind of like a metropolis, like a very actually somebody said it best, like what was it, like Waterdeep is like Superman's metropolis, and then Baldur's Gate is like Gotham, Batman, and it's like that's kind of the comparison, right? Like, but it has like a dirtier, grittier vibe. There's a little more like skeezy things happening in alleyways and what have you that you like see out the corner of your eye, and it's none of your business, and
Goma, don't look. He just kind of like covers Goma's eyes.
What am I not supposed to be looking at?
It's just you're no, it's okay. Let's keep walking this way.
Goma hasn't even noticed. You're just calling attention to it by like telling Goma about it.
But I want to see.
No. There are more interesting things that way. Look over there.
All over there.
that's just a wall.
Exactly.
Attached to the gates.
But anyhow, you make your way through the streets and eventually come to another gate. At this gate, there are another set of Flaming Fist guards, but they look like they're having a better time. Like this is not as crowded of an entry portal, and no one really goes up and through the upper city all that often. It's like the occasional noble, or like the occasional like butler looking character, or like visitor, that kind, or like employee. And they usually have like, you see people like flashing a piece of paper as they like go by, or some kind of insignia or whatever else, that kind of stuff. Making your way up to the gate, the guards assess you, and I'm not gonna bother because literally if you just like say the name of the place, they're like, hey, wave you through. So they let you go through as adventurers and high profile. You're level 14. You got a little bit of flash.
Yeah, I remember in the other campaign, the other.
You mean Dragon Heist?
What was it? Was it Dragon Heist? That was Waterdeep.
Yeah. No. It was the Descent into Avernus one. Yes.
We had to spend ages trying to get into it, but now that we're level 14 characters, it just doesn't matter anymore.
Well, it's just like what it literally says here is like, after arriving in Baldur's Gate, the characters can make general inquiries about Rillen. And once you find out where they are, you can go there and nobody's going to stop you. Basically, like, yeah. So the upper city obviously is quite a lot more tidy, but a lot less busy. So it's, like big manors and mansions and whatever else that you can think of, fancy rich people's stores and private tailoring establishments and what that kind of stuff, hat shops, I don't know, rich people stuff. I don't know, what do rich people buy?
What do rich people like? I'm not entirely sure.
How much is a loaf of bread? $20?
Yeah, exactly. How much is a loaf of bread? Like $20? So, looking around, you try and find the sort of like Rillen house. You're looking for this like noble house. Do you sort of like ask around, or like what's the plan for like finding this place?
I think at very least Azor would ask around. He wouldn't see any reason why not.
You just like stop someone on the street, like, "Hey, excuse me, sir.
Hi, I'm Azor."
There's like a
heard of him?
put upon elven butler that like stops and goes like, "What? Excuse me?
Yes, I'm Azor, the son of Blur. You probably heard of him. Do you know where Rillen? We can find Rillen.
The Rillen. You're looking for the Rillen estate?
Yes.
Just down that street to your right, and then the third gate. Should be the right one. Excuse me. And he like immediately sort of like leaves, you know, and he doesn't want to hang around with you longer than he has to. He's clearly got far more upscale business to see to than your shaggy ass.
He just kind of turns to Goma and Serena and just goes, they were probably a bit nervous about meeting me in person. It happens sometimes. It's just down the street to the right, third gate. It should be where
it's a real shame that his arms full. I could tell he was waiting to ask for an autograph.
I could tell. I'll probably find him later and give him that autograph. I don't like to disappoint him.
We'll do a signing on the way out.
That's a good idea.
Someone in chat was like, "What do rich people buy?" There's a Warhammer store, you know, like Games Workshop on the corner. Yeah. So you make your way to the address, and you see like a big hedgerow, you know, like privacy hedges, and a gate with like a bell that you can ring that like clearly they'd hear in the house if you rung it.
I can ring it.
Okay.
Do you reckon they have hedges that are like magic hedges so that you can't? They're like slightly alive, so you can't try and climb over them and stuff.
Just like block you, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that would be so if they don't have that, they do now. But
now they do. It's canon.
But so you ring the bell, and after about probably like 2 minutes ish, a butler looking fellow comes walking on down the like path to the gate and addresses you through the still locked gate and says like, "Yes.
Hello, we were sent we're from
do any of you have the mark like visible? Like, have you got your arm, any of you like covered, or is it obvious?
Doma has like a sleepless situation happening here.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I wanted to know before we went ahead.
I would probably have. I think I'm only wearing like half plate. I can't remember.
I stay 100% covered as much as possible all the time.
That makes sense.
I have like kind of a gi sort of situation happening.
I got you.
This is sleeveless.
Doing the reuse sleeveless action. Yeah. Okay, cool. So he goes like, "Yes, how can I?" And then like his gaze sort of like drops to the like mark on your arms and says like, "Help you."
That's a good question. And Goma kind of pulls the book out of their pack and kind of looks at it. I opened it.
Yes. Well, and he like unlocks the gate and like opens it with like a little creak of like swing of metal. And he says, "Follow me. Evander will want to see you immediately." And he turns and like heads off as if he's expecting you to just like come along.
Oh boy, here we go.
Good hurry, yeah.
I was thinking we're gonna have to do some convincing there.
Honestly, me too. Most of the times I've had to do some convincing, so this is actually a breath of fresh air.
I'm assuming you follow him, right?
Oh yeah.
We're having this conversation in hushed tones.
All right.
You could be messaging each other and win.
Oh, that's true.
You could, yeah.
It's silly.
So you walk. As you walk past the gate closes behind you, like it's on some kind of like magical timer or something. He doesn't like stop to like close it. He walks away, and leads you up to the main house. And takes you inside to like a drawing room or something. It's sort of like there's a nice like initial foyer with some stairs that lead upstairs and like very clean wood floors and like, you know, coats on hooks and hats and, you know, what have you. And he leads you like through to like a sitting room almost, where there's a couple of like green couches in like a carpeted space and like a fireplace in one of the corners, though it's not currently like active. It's like got a very impressive mantle with many like pictures or trophies or what have you, various like family related stuff. And he sort of waves you in and says like, if you wait here, I'll make sure that Yvandra knows you're here, and she'll come at her convenience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And he turns away and like goes to leave. You can see that on the table in the middle of the like couch setup, there's sort of like a coffee table in the middle of the like trio of couch like seats. There's a tray with like some tea biscuits, you know, like on it or what have you. Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah.
If you think this is fancy, you should have seen the things back home. There would have been people holding up those things. Coffee table, just a person kneeling down.
Oh.
If you wanted, you could just ask people for blood if you fancied it. It's a strange, strange place down there.
It sounds like an experience, and
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
always willing to experience something at least twice.
No, you
No?
You don't want to go down
there. You don't want to go down there.
No? Okay.
Underdark is bad.
I feel as though I'm missing bits and pieces of these conversations contextually, and then also the two of you both seem to be in some way attempting to one-up each other with your strange stories and slight fabrications.
Wait, fabrications?
Yeah.
Who's fabricating?
I'm pretty sure the guy back there who gave us directions did not want your autograph.
Ow, no. They clearly did. Didn't you see how nervous they was? They had to like hurry off right after answering my question. They were nervous to meet me in person. It happens all the time.
I am the son of blood. It's really funny.
It makes sense. I don't blame them. I am just a guy, but I understand some people don't see that.
Okay.
Okay.
Cyrano gets it.
We wait.
Unless there's more talking to be done, I'm happy to leave you to your couch conversation here while you're in the lounge room.
Goma grabs a couple of the tea like snacks. Just kind of just
just like a couple all at once, like
yeah, and dragonborn chomps.
Probably takes the last one, like committing the most heinous of etiquette breaches. Actually, taking the last biscuit.
You can't leave a clean tray. Come on. But anyway, so you wait for a little while, and after probably about 20 minutes of hanging around, you sort of wondering if anybody's gonna show up or if you're just like in this living room. Could somebody give me like a perception check or something? I don't mind who, just someone.
I'm observant, so I've got passive 20. So
you got a passive 20. All right, that's fine. We can use that. So you notice, like, the longer you're in this room, you notice that, like, while it has the trappings of a rich, like, manor, that a lot of the stuff is, like, older or, like, a little bit worn down, or that there's, like, it's not kept quite as well as, it could be or would be by someone, like, dedicated and paid to tidy it, sort of thing. Like, it is... it's like the rug's a little last season, and the couches are a little bit hand me down a generation, sort of thing, and It's just not as like noble rich as you might expect. But after that 20 minutes or so, Evandra Rillin enters the room. I have a handout for her. Here's what she looks like.
Ooh.
There you go.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Hi.
That's a nice sword.
So she sort of like comes down the stairs and like walks over into the room. You can hear her boots on like the wooden floor before you see her. And she stands in the sort of threshold and like looks all of you over with a brief assessment and says like, I understand you have something in your possession that used to belong to my uncle.
First off, I just want to point off she's limb different, which is fucking cool. But then yes. Yeah. A book. We found a book. I opened the book because it looked interesting and I wanted to read the book. I really like to read. Reading is fun. And all of a sudden this happened. And then when my friends opened the book, it happened to them too. And now I think we're all cursed and we have like these weird new abilities. We also have these weird new things that we can't do too.
She walks over while you're talking. And like sits down on one of the armchairs that match the couches. And like listens to like if you ramble, she listens until you're finished talking. Like,
well, yeah, I'm 13. I definitely ramble for like at least a few more minutes, talking about our entire venture on the way here and all the things we can and can't do.
Yeah. So she waits, and then once you're done, she says, "Yes. Well, I know of this curse. My uncle possessed that book before you did." The Scrivener's Tale, I believe it's called. From what I understand, he found it in a vault deep beneath a ruins of some place named Delimbrian. It's the capital city of a lost kingdom.
Ooh.
I believe the ruins are now near where the town of Daggerford is, a little east of here. A little way.
Well, that explains the vision, at least.
You know how he got rid of his curse?
I do, regrettably. My uncle, Markel, couldn't figure out how to solve this issue, and so spent the entirety of our family fortune on a wish spell, which did work. I've been trying to get the Rillen name back out of the gutter ever since.
Well, the affordability of the pieces that you've chosen is very thrifty, and sorry, that was meant to come out as a compliment, and it just...
Yeah, Saren, I don't think...
Sorry. Thank you for the information, though.
I don't suppose that your uncle is still with us.
No, he's not, unfortunately. Or if he is, I'm not sure where. He was, supposedly killed some months after he dealt with the curse. No doubt by one of the many debtors coming to collect at the time.
That certainly seems stressful.
Who do you buy a wish spell from?
I don't know the details of the interaction.
Exactly. Very few mages.
Very, very few, but our family used to have connections to such people.
I don't think we're going to get what we want with the wish spell. I mean, I don't have a fortune to spend, and I certainly can't spend my family, so they don't have a fortune to spend.
Yes, I think the operative solution is you get what you want, but it's going to cost you more than you have. So the solution, it worked. The wish spell seemed to clear the curse for my uncle, admittedly.
But your uncle wasn't the son of a famed adventurer and the companions of such. I'm sure we'll be able to work something out. We can head over there,
Yes.
everybody.
It's a good point. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm Azul, the son of Blur. You probably have heard of us, to be honest. Yeah, I'm sure you heard of me as well.
Roll a
persuasion
check.
Yeah, I try and do like dancing lights and stuff surreptitiously behind him to like.
Okay, with advantage.
Fireworks.
With advantage.
Oh boy. Is this persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion, please.
That become important to adults.
That was not great. 14 with advantage.
14. Okay. Yvandra doesn't look that impressed by the name. But she does say, I don't know if it would be any use to you, but some of my uncle's belongings are still here. Journals and papers and such. Perhaps there's some information worth digging through. You're welcome to look through them, but I would hope that you would remember the Rillen family if you find a solution to this curse and whatever valuables you might find within the place you find the solution to this curse.
Of course, I definitely want to pay it forward, especially after you helping us, especially with this extra information and whatever we might find in the belongings. You mentioned journals?
Yes, journals, papers, and so on. I have them in a trunk up in the attic. I'll fetch it for you, or have someone fetch it for you.
Oh boy, reading.
That'd be great.
She snaps her fingers a couple times, and the butler appears, hearing her crisp finger snap, like, you know, very like echoey, like they had a lot of practice. And butler shows up and there's a brief interaction where she like tells him to go get the trunk from the attic. Eventually he comes back down with it. It's like a dusty old chest. And she once again, like before she sort of like lets you just dig through it, says, now, paying it forward, as you say, I'm not going to make it contingent on you seeing these things. I hate to see people suffer, but it would be nice to get back into some better social circles, as it were. And this manor is not cheap to maintain.
I mean, I can introduce you to my father.
Wonderful.
And Gomer's from a very well-known family as well, actually.
Yeah, but we're poor.
Oh.
We're a family of monks. Financial gain means nothing to us. Sorry, go ahead, Serenal.
I could put you in touch with plenty of noble families, though I think you would probably rather I did.
Could you though? Like,
no.
Yeah,
I think I'm probably like on a kill on sight list.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you could. You're what, a drow cleric of like basically like the sun or whatever?
Yeah, sailing.
Yeah. Don't think you're gonna be introducing anyone to any drow noble families with that kind of
joke. He's a joke.
But anyway, she sort of like gives you all a polite like, well, all right then, you know, like we understand each other. We're working together, and sort of waves to the chest like, have at it. I have some things to see to, but I'll be back in a little while. You're welcome to the living room in the meantime.
Thank you.
Anything else you need? Food, drink?
Could I have some green tea?
She again like looks to the butler and goes like, Terracin, green tea.
And more biscuits.
And
please?
Refresh the tray. Yes. And she like stands and heads out of the room and leaves you with the butler, who looks a little bit less happy to be, you know, giving you what you want, given that like you've seen the house isn't exactly rich and he's probably just loyal rather than getting paid much.
Yeah.
Well, we don't judge. We don't care. Goma pounces on the chest and immediately starts pulling out the books.
Okay, so you
is like it pulls out all of the books.
Okay.
It's in the chest, curls up, and pulls the books back in on top of them and begins to read.
All right. Okay. So digging through the books, there are a bunch of like things that you find that may be interesting. So we do like a what do you call it? Like a time lapse of you like reading, and there's an image of a clock in the foreground, like ticking away as you like read through a whole bunch of journals and what have you. There's I was gonna say there's like the like fast motion like movements of people who are like mostly sitting in the same place, but like in movies when it's like time passing, someone's shifting on the couch.
The butler just keeps coming in, putting more biscuits,
more biscuits, like tea, refreshments. Like there's sort of like this fast motion.
Serenil is completely still except moving the things. It's like elf style. It's just like
you just sit. Oh
no, it's just like not.
Yeah,
moving.
everyone
It's
else in
really
the time
funny.
lapse has like natural shifts and like comfortable motions, and Serenel's just like straight, like sitting, reading or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you about some of the things that you do find in the old chest during our time lapse. You find a vellum map labeled Delimbrian and the Environs, and it shows a few locations above in the above-ground ruins of the city. A note written on the map in Elvish identifies one of the sites as the Haven of the Red Quill. The handwriting matches that seen in the Scrivener's Tale, as if it were written by the same person.
Is this in a handout or?
No, it's in point form in this thing.
Okay.
Could you copy pasta it?
I sure can.
Subware to us.
Sure can.
So thank you.
So you find this a vellum map labeled Delimbrian and the Environs, shows a few locations above ground ruins of the city. Note written on the map in Elvish identifies one of the sites as the Haven of the Red Quill, and the handwriting matches that seen in the Scrivener's Tale. Because the Scrivener's Tale is handwritten. There is a folio torn from an unknown tome detailing the history of Delimbrian and Falorm, also called the Realm of the Three Crowns. Falorm was one of the many kingdoms of the Old North. You already know this because our crack expert nerd has already figured it out. So you got that. Tucked into a folio is a sheaf of notes written by Makil. The notes talk of the adventurer seeking the shadow glass, which he expects to be a great treasure. The shadow glass. I'm copy pasting as we go. Here you go.
Thank you.
Each of these little paragraphs is a separate point form that you find in here. Within a stack of old bills marked past due, the characters find an unsigned and apparently unsent letter from Makil, which reads, "To my family, forgive me the vanity that took me from you, and must soon claim my life or soul. You know how ambition corrupts my love for you. I pray that someone avenges the evils done by Nintra Siota, Princess of the Shadowglass, Lady of Dread Omens, Seeker of the Three Crowns. But spend not your own lives against it. The Scrivener bound her in his haven, and only there can I be free of her. But it's too late for me." I will once again.
This letter is really important.
Once again.
Yes, it looks like we
There
found
you go.
the origination of the curse, the one whom has inflicted it upon. Well.
So, and the last thing you find of like potential importance is a piece of parchment that, like, when you handle it, it's shot through with dry rot and crumbles as soon as you like touch it. But what remains of the parchment afterwards displays writing in Makil's hand, which reads, "Stairs among the surface ruins of Delimbrian and descended deep to the haven of the Red Quill. The guardians almost finished us before the door was open. Gods, how I wish."
That's heavy.
And boom, boom, there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
You think we should show this stuff to Evandra?
Yes, you may. I'll see if I can rack my brain and discern any information I know about things like the Red Quill. That seems like it's probably a notable organization.
It's the Haven of the Red Quill. Yeah.
Yeah, with a magic item or something. Could I roll some sort of check to see if I?
Let
recognize it?
me see if I have any more information for you first.
Okay. So we know where to go, what to expect at the beginning.
So, Daggerford is further away than I had previously sort of like surmised that it might be. So you'll need a way to get there if you're planning to like go to the ruins of Delimbrian or what have you. And you know that Reader of Ost, the like great reader or whatever who you've spoken to before, Tellus of Ost, can bring you there if you don't have a means to teleport on your own. That's something I should have mentioned before, but I'm just gonna mention it now. The map that you find, the like vellum map that is mentioned with the Delimbrian and its environs, which shows a bunch of locations and notes that one of the sites is the Haven of the Red Quill. Looks like it would direct you right to where you need to go. You don't know anything about the Haven of the Red Quill or the Red Quill in general, and there's nothing that it says that I can give you necessarily more about it that I can like easily pull up or see. And that's where it implies that you should go to solve this mystery.
Yeah.
But it also implies that it's incredibly dangerous. Yay.
Yeah.
Sure.
He went to try. Yeah, he went to try and find a magic item. Turns out the magic item is held by a really, really mean lady, and he got cursed. And we need to go and find her to get uncursed. Seems to be the general gist of things.
Yeah, or he was trying to get uncursed. It could also be that he was trying to get uncursed, but he couldn't do it, so he had to fall back on a wish spell to survive.
Yes, yeah, because, I mean, it says this would be the only haven where I could escape it. So yeah. Presumably that's why he was heading there. Maybe it's like in another plane. Demi-plane.
It's been a while since I went to another plane. Let's...
Yes, I can handle that part. The teleportation, not so much.
Yes, I think we can go back to Candlekeep, right?
Because you can.
They can help us out with that.
The only reason I mention it is because Daggerford is like a month travel by foot if you want to get there.
Oh God. Okay.
And making a charisma check every day might be a little hard over a month to be alive at the end of it.
And I'm pretty sure Gomer's parents would kill.
Gomer's parents would be
really upset with us if we took their kid away.
They would not be very happy if I were to die. They don't even know I'm cursed. I kind of didn't tell them. So, yeah, let's go back to Candlekeep, teleport over to this place, find this creepy, evil, bad queen, get rid of her if we have to. Maybe we can convince her to just take the curse off of us. But like, if we have to get rid of her, we get rid of her, and then maybe we can help reunite a family too.
That would be, well, reinstate family to power, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes, and avenging the evils done by said fake entity. Seems like something an adventurer will probably do. So I think we're probably going to end up doing it.
Before we go, can we stop somewhere and get some food? I know we ate a lot of biscuits, but I'm like hungry.
There are plenty of good places in Baldur's Gate to grab yourself a snack or a meal.
Let me just send a message to someone back at Candlekeep who can take it through to Reader of Ost for us.
What's the range on message?
I'm using sending.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I'm cleric. So yeah, I'll send it back to someone. 25 words or less. Need to travel to Daggerford. Would appreciate teleportation services somewhere nearby or back to Candlekeep.
You get a message back like relatively quickly, because they have a bunch of people who can do that too.
Yeah.
And you get a message back in like a Vost's voice, like voice in your head, like, you know, in the message that says, Candlekeep, no charge. Elsewhere, costs a lot.
All right. Yep. Seems like we're taking a small detour back home. But I'm sure, yes, we can pick you up some things. Probably from up here.
Yeah, I imagine the snacks and food they have available.
I mean, supplies as well. Baldur's Gate is a wonderful place to buy adventuring gear or like anything that you might need.
Rat skewers you find down there might be less rat and more kobold, I've heard, which seems very distasteful.
No, I'm good friends with many kobolds. I don't think I'd feel comfortable eating any.
Well, I mean, we do it back home. But...
I like to think one of my characters is probably friends with your character's dad or something. Like, I have a famous duelist kobold from
Snaggletooth.
Yeah,
what's featured in a video game.
Yeah, Ishi Snaggletooth is their name.
Ishi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a good friend that comes over. My dad's a good friend of them, Ishi. I don't know if you probably have heard of them. They're as well.
Probably have. I love that you just name dropping all over them. just like
I know Slayer of God, what was the name of that dude at the end of
Sararak?
Sararak, yeah. Slayer of Sararak, Ishi Snaggletooth. And some other people.
I don't think we actually killed a Sararak, but
that's because we ended the campaign. Yeah. I think they went on to do it.
We would have got there. The
soul curse is fixed by now in the timeline, so she probably did it.
We get the growing child some food. Real.
Yes.
And then we head back to the candle.
Grab as many biscuits as you can before you leave.
Just like putting them in your pocket.
Take like the serviettes.
Certainly eaten all of the biscuits they have in this house. Here for an hour.
Shove silverware into a bag of holding.
Oh no, not so.
You're not stealing their silverware.
No, I wouldn't.
You guys are the worst. So, yeah, you stop on at the tavern or like a roadside eatery on your way out of Baldur's Gate. I imagine there's a lot of those, like, I don't know why my vibe is like the street food stalls, but like Baldur's Gate style, you know?
We were talking about summer festivals earlier before we got started, so I feel like that. Lots of meat lots of things on sticks.
Lots of things on sticks, a lot of things fried in batter that usually aren't in batter.
Yeah, like we get like a fried chocolate bar of some kind. It's like stuff
I could go for a battered sausage. I haven't had one since I've been up north.
Corn dogs. I actually don't.
Is that what they're called in the US?
Yeah, if they're battered, but I imagine that the sausage that y'all use for yours are different. We use hot dogs.
No, use proper ones.
Yeah, use proper ones.
You have one with a pork pie.
Yeah.
Down from a chippy. Something like that.
Down from a chippy.
Sausage rolls.
Dip them in like a cornbread.
Having another English person on cast to talk about this stuff so good.
It's great. I haven't been, honestly, it's great for me as well. I'm usually the only Brit on any cast I've been on.
We get it. You have a weird culture that you both share. It's fine.
It's great.
I'm only teasing, obviously. But yeah, get whatever descriptive fantasy street food you want. I imagine Baldur's Gate night market style is like pretty good.
Doma has about 5 different sticks sticking out of
like various
their
meat
face
sticks.
We call this a cheeky Nando's over there.
Even I know that one.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's because the guy who runs it is a turtle named Nando, and he's the one who is cheeky. He's the one who is cheeky to you, upcharging you every time you come there. Right?
It's a fun game we have, really.
It only cost 1 silver the first time.
Oh yeah, but, it's a sliding scale. The first one it's good, and you want more, so you pay more, right? Like
it's like the chickens are silver, but the sauce is what everyone comes for. That's like 20 gold.
Yeah, you get bear chicken for nothing.
I feel as though I am being swindled.
I would never.
It's
I
part of
would
the
never.
culture, part of the game.
I would
You
never
have to
swindle
guess how much they're going to upcharge you before you
a
pay
local
up.
Baldur's Gatean like yourself, clearly of the city, definitely not gonna leave and never see you again, tourist.
do you reckon in Baldur's Gate they have like seagulls that come down and steal your chips?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
100%.
Well, I mean, Baldur's Gate is a port town. If it doesn't
Exactly.
have seagulls, I'd be surprised. Right?
Silver
Oh,
doesn't
mate.
understand the point of vegetables.
Yeah,
I'll be
good
honest,
point.
I don't understand it either, but my dad made me eat. I hate Brussels sprouts, they're the worst. My dad always made me eat them, or he wouldn't sort of train me.
Azul
Eat
has like
actual roots
a
rather
skew-
than the vegetables,
a
because those are the things that come down through the
Brussels sprout.
ceiling. Ugh.
Oh yeah, Brussels sprouts on stick for sure.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts on a
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah.
Tresson stealing your fish and chips.
No,
Adorable.
flying cats stealing your meat sticks.
Oh, love it.
What is it called? The little bunny with a bunnicorn face.
Unicorn.
Oh, Amaraj.
Almirage, yeah, I always
Oh.
forget the Almirage. Yeah, the bunnicorn.
That's the real name, though. Let's be real.
I feel like if you had cooked Almirage, you would eat it by the horn. Like you'd pick the horn up, and it would be like the hand
Yeah,
holder.
oh.
Oh
Yeah.
I don't
People
know.
cost
if I
so
could-
that
much.
image-
They're like
that
mythical
image-
creatures.
Yeah,
no,
I'm not
like,
saying it
only
would be
the rich
cheap.
eat them.
I'm not saying it would be cheap, or legal. I'm
Like-
just saying that you could.
Thanksgiving feast of some kind, or like harvest feast.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate.
It's like a.
Baldur's Gate
the
edition, yeah,
noble
for sure.
echelon.
It's like
To eat bunnicorn.
it's like a
Unicorns
turkey.
in
It's
the
like
oven.
a.
I
Look,
basted it for a good 3 or 4
it's
hours.
like a
ready.
it's like a turkey leg, but a whole rabbit. Like, it's, like
There's probably like a meat Baldur's Gate as well. Like they sell like
Yeah.
really
yes.
bristly, questionable meatballs.
Yes,
yes,
we have very clearly lost the plot here.
that's fine. It
folks.
doesn't matter. It's okay. I like this conversation. The street food of Baldur's Gate is an interesting discustion.
Very
Food is
important.
never not a bad. Like I was looking at the Heroes Feast book the other
Oh,
day.
God, I need to get it.
There's some interesting and fun recipes in there that I would possibly be down to buy that book to try.
But Bud Prince in chat is right
Wizards?
about cooked
Look us up,
Almirage.
you know?
Cooked Almirage, yeah.
Dear
this
Wizards
is
of the
Kingdom
Coast, please
Rabbit.
send me a Heroes Feast.
It's just
But-
a normal
Me too.
rabbit with a fake horn for holding.
Yeah, like unicorn. Everybody knows.
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah. Okay, well, before we leave Baldur's Gate and head back on the road to Candlekeep to get our teleport to Daggerford, and then get on the road to head to the ruins of Delimbrian, and then down into the Haven of the Red Quill, and presumably to finish this entire badass curse situation, maybe. I don't know. Let's take our break. Let's break first. Break time first. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes, friends. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Yeah. Hello, we're back once again from our break. Our intrepid heroes are leaving Baldur's Gate to head to Candlekeep. Not leaving Candlekeep quite yet, but headed to Candlekeep. Yeah, that's where we're at. Cool beans.
one of those quest lines that you're like, oh, okay, it's going to be like a linear one, but then it makes you double back and you're like,
Well,
I wish I'd done this quest when I picked up the other ones from the hub so I could be more efficient.
but also, if you're a level 14 character and an arcane caster, you can teleport yourself.
Yeah.
The game kind of assumes that you might have one.
Sorry, I picked a divine.
It literally does say, like, if they have no way of doing it, then a Vost can do it. But so on your way back from Baldur's Gate to Candlekeep, again, it's like more than a day's journey, because you gotta take a rest in the night and what have you. And when you camp for the night, all three of you hear a spooky voice in your head, the voice of a lady, who, beginning with, you can't make out the words. Like they're talking, but like you're sure it's like coming from nearby or whatever, and you're not quite understanding it. And you realize, as you realize that it's like whispering in sort of a Sylvan-ish language, you suddenly start to understand what she's saying. There's a voice in your head. And she says, "You're the ones who are cursed, yes? You can hear me?"
My mom told me not to talk to strangers.
My dad told me not to talk to voices in my head.
It was pretty much standard practice back down in the Underdark, so I'm fine with this.
Yes, we are the ones who are cursed.
I am the only one who can free the Fae Court from the tyranny of the Queen of Air and Darkness, and I need you to free me. In return, I can rid you of this curse that you're under.
I feel like we should get your name first. Who are you?
The Princess of the Shadow Glass.
Yes.
That was in the one of the notes.
We'll take that under advisement. Is there any further guidelines or details we can tell you so as to absolutely follow them and not entirely disregard them?
You need to destroy the Scrivener, Zirian, who lingers still where the book was found. Once he is destroyed, I will be free.
Right, and you'll rid the Fae Court of the Queen of Air and Darkness. Right, yes. No, we're quite familiar with her tyranny. Is this anything any of us would have ever heard of before?
Feel free to roll a history check or an arcana check if you want on Queen of Air and Darkness.
I'm doing history. Probably won't get anything. Oh, 18.
Oh, nice one.
Give me 1 sec.
I do a lot of reading.
Yeah.
The Queen of Air and Darkness is a powerful Archfey who rules over the Unseelie Court. She is widely regarded as a horrible tyrant, but certainly the correct horrible tyrant. And it is a title that used to belong to Auril before she ascended to godhood. So it's sort of like in line with her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She is sometimes thought to be synonymous with Queen of Air and Darkness, but she is actually no longer. The title has like passed to some other great fae, basically, and they are separate things. But yeah, she rules over the bad side of the Fae Court, basically the winter side of the Fae Court. She's served by innumerable various like Fae servants, brambles, quicklings, spriggans, all kinds of things. And she was once, like her title was once held by the sister of Titania, the queen of the Seelie Court.
So you're saying that if I fight this bitch, I might get to kill Oral this time?
No.
Darn. Okay.
I'm explicit. I'm actually explicitly telling you not that.
No. I'm just saying it's just like I could fight both of them, and one of them is potentially going to become Oral one day. I don't know.
Let me just clarify.
I'm just messing around. This is nothing serious at all.
Okay, but she's the Queen of Air and Darkness is not who you're talking to. You're talking to the Princess of the Shadow Glass.
I know, but I'm saying, why can't I fight them both?
I mean, if you'd like to, you can. You won't win, but you can.
We'll do
You
it.
probably won't win.
God kill him.
But yeah, so she's the voice in your head, who is claimed to be the princess of the Shadowglass, has said that she wants to like free the Gloaming Court from their tyrannical ruler, the Queen of Air and Darkness, and she can't do that while she's still trapped.
Did she say where she's trapped exactly? Did I miss that?
Yeah, she's trapped. She was trapped by the scrivener, who is where they found the book the first time. So probably in the
Haven of the Red Quill.
So yeah, we got directions pretty much. I think the other thing I would ask her is probably, why exactly was it that you were spirited away into another realm by this scrivener?
The Queen of Air and Darkness's jealousy, of course, at my rising power and my favor within the Gloaming Court. It's her plot entirely. And all three of you can hear this, by the way, happening.
Yeah.
And she says, if you promise to do as I say, I could grant you a boon as a favor. My power extends beyond my prison.
That's an interesting proposition.
Boon.
Power.
Oh.
Can we... Is there any possibility for us to converse among ourselves and
without
give you a consensus at a later date?
You just hear like no reply, basically.
Thought so.
Guillotine the Fate Royals, Evil Revelation.
It's a bit rough because she's like, I want to kill an evil person, but then the book's also like, she's an evil person.
Yeah, well, right? I mean,
yeah, so
like, there are no members of the Gloaming Court that aren't terrible. Like, let's be honest, that is their natural.
They're all catty, spiteful, power grabbing
tyrants mostly.
Yeah. Because he kind of whispers, even though like whispering doesn't help at all because this thing is in their heads. He kind of whispers to Sereno, "This is the princess, the princess that was in the notes, right? The one that's the cause of this whole thing."
And he psychically nod to you.
Yeah, the one who in the letter from Makil is described as avenge the evils done by Nintra Ciota, Princess of the Shadowglass, Lady of Dread Omens, Seeker of the Three Crowns.
Yeah, he was like, okay, so we're not doing this right. We're not gonna do it.
And you're the only one who can break this curse. Is that the case?
I mean, I just think you don't get any more answers. Like, you've said you're discussing it amongst yourself. She doesn't reply.
Okay. All right.
There is no reply. You don't know if she's still, like, listening, but she certainly is not communicating with you any further.
Yeah.
When she was like, I'll give you power if you say yes, and you were like, she was like, fuck this. Guess you'll just be cursed then.
Like, I feel like we're in a position where we're like, either the devil we know, or the devil we don't know. Which is, I suppose, not a great saying because there are actual devils that I know and don't know, and it's probably better to be specific about that.
Yeah, if you know one, you have power over them, right? If you know their name, then it's definitely better.
I know of a few. You know, my dad just Blur. You know, he's run into quite a few devils.
Yeah. There's an immediate to a draw in a fist fight.
I feel like if this is a TV show, you go like, my dad Blur, he knows a couple of devils, and there's like a flash to like what your dad's doing right now, and they're like rapier dueling Asmodeus in hell or some shit, you know, like, yeah.
Exactly.
So while in Baldur's Gate, Goma discovered the use of exactly one vegetable, and that was corn. And they've been carrying around dried cobs of corn on their hip. That anytime they pop down for the night, They build a fire, slather that baby in butter, stick it in the fire, and make popcorn.
That's the power. You don't want a boon from a fae, whatever.
You want popcorn powers. That's what you really need.
So, speaking of which, actually,
during the whole exchange, they've just been like munching on popcorn like it's a movie. Like,
yeah. I did go and double check, and I can actually prepare teleport after this night's rest.
Oh, okay. Do you want to just do that?
Yeah, I went and I double checked. I was like, wait, I'm a cleric.
Yeah.
Not a wizard. Oh, yeah. Teleport's on that list.
What I figured, yeah. But, you know.
My bad.
I leave it to you to know what you do, as usual. But cool. So you that's the only thing that happens during the night. You have a brief conversation with the Princess of the Shadowglass.
That's the only thing that happens.
Yeah, the only thing. That's the only thing. The other thing is when you wake up, roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh no. Okay. 17.
Yeah, right.
25.
Oh man!
Oh whoa. Okay.
You need a 20. 20 is the DC. So two of
you
you
get cool superpowers. Though.
Two of you progress and one of you does not. I mean, you can choose to fail if you want, Dave. That is a choice you can make.
No, wouldn't work in character.
Okay, so again, the writing progresses along Goma and Azul's body. The benefits of the level 3 of the Scrivener's Mark are: choose one of the following spells: Blur, Invisibility, Mirror Image, Phantasmal Force, or Silence. You can cast the chosen spell once with no components required at DC 15, and you regain the ability to cast it after a long rest. So you get like a free spell, basically.
I'd like invisibility, please.
Sure thing. Do you have a preference?
What these spells do? Because I don't remember any of them.
Drak, yeah, Blur, Invisibility, Mirror Image, Phantasmal Force, or Silence. I like Mirror Image or Invisibility, personally, if I were to pick like the better choices for a fighter. Blur is also pretty good.
Yeah, Blur's pretty legit. Yeah, Phantasmal Force is more a casty thing. And if it's DC 15, then no one's going to fail that. Not level 14.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like
Blur is disadvantaged at attack rolls against you, and then Mirror Image is Mirror Image. Yeah, it's duplicates that I have to try and hit if I want to hit you. So those are good. All right, cool. So you're taking Mirror Image and you're taking Invisibility. Am I correct?
Yep.
Friends?
We've all got magic. Yay.
Yeah.
The drawback is that you can't attune or be attuned to magic items. So if you have any magic items,
oh Jesus!
If you have any magic items, they no longer are attuned to you.
So there goes my ring that I've not had the chance to use.
Unfortunate.
Oh, magic weapons.
I know I was buttering you up there with the spells. Just gonna throw out no magic items.
Wait, no. Okay. I guess my flame tongue is just a normal fucking sword now.
I will allow it to swing like it swings magic damage, but you can't activate any ability with it. Certainly.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not like a flame tongue. It's like a ember lick.
Oh, God damn it. Wait, so does that kind of include my armor? I mean, no, my armor isn't attuned. Isn't a thing I need to attune to, so that's fine.
If you don't need to attune to it, it still works. It's just that you can't attune to things. So you can't attune or be attuned to magic items. If it doesn't require attunement, it's still good.
I think my ring broke.
I
think my sword broke.
I mean, you're both immediately aware of why that is.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah. Okay, we need to get rid of this curse quick.
It's just now dawned on you that this is important.
I mean, yes, no, but now it's affecting my favorite sword. My dad got me this for my birthday, and it's.
We're going to have to make a difficult decision here. As you say, who are we going to side with?
I mean, it's not that difficult a decision. We're obviously going to fight to make sure that this very unfortunate woman does not escape from her prison. I'm sure the Scrivener can help us. I mean, it is the Scrivener's tale, after all. It's his book. I'm sure he can help us. I'm sure she's just a liar. You should never believe the Fae.
Never listen to the voices in your head. That's what I always say.
That makes sense. Especially since they can get through the like sleep spell immunity things they have. Like, that's bad.
Yeah.
Well, we can teleport ourselves to the location now.
Wait, you can teleport us? Wait, what?
Oh yes, I checked with Saloon. Had a bit of a chat. Normally I move between planes, but apparently that's actually slightly more difficult than moving through the same plane. So she was good with it. Well, it is it'll take most of my magical power though, so hopefully we don't encounter anything that requires.
Don't mind mostly because it gave me the chance to practice my popcorn making skill.
You make very good buttered popcorn.
Silver linings, I suppose. Right. If you all come this way, well, just teleport.
Well,
you'll have to hold hands. And
so
try.
It usually says, you teleport to Daggerford or whatever, but then from Daggerford, it's like you walk to the ruins, and I don't understand why you wouldn't just teleport to the ruins of Delimbrian instead. Like, why would you go to Daggerford?
Maybe there's some weird magic reason.
So I'm just gonna say you end up at the ruins because I don't wanna do. You arrive at Daggerford. Daggerford is Daggerford. You go to the ruins. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Is Daggerford a ruin, or is it still?
No, Daggerford is a town like built near where the ruin is. You know what I mean?
It's probably to let people like prepare then.
Yeah.
Get information. By
I suppose if you don't have any like food or anything, yeah.
If you've managed to avoid not being able to drink potions, you might want potions, that kind of stuff.
Somehow managed to not lose attunement to all of your magical items. You might want to get some magical items.
See if there's anybody in the city that could potentially break this curse and not have to go through all the other stuff to do it.
I tell you what, I could ask Saloon to try and fix it. Would you like me to try and do that?
Please.
You have some way of calling your divinity?
All right. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to end the campaign right here with the old divine intervention ability.
Okay.
Am I able to petition my god through divine intervention to cast?
You gotta tell me. I don't know what the spell does off the top of my head.
You gotta roll a D100.
Yeah. Gotta roll a D100 and I gotta roll less than my
14.
level.
Yep.
So roll less than 14. What do you reckon?
You can certainly try.
Love it. Let me see you say that. I want to say Loon.
Nope.
Not for another week.
Saloon ain't your buddy. Yeah, I'd say.
I just taught you to teleport. Can't you do this on your own?
Yeah. I just gave you a teleport spell. Please back the hell up.
Yeah.
It's on my. I have it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Certainly try. Yeah. Okay. So you arrive at the ruins of Delimbrian. This place is, as described, a horrible ruin of a town with no living anything in it. It's like a whole lot of like broken down buildings and like small passageways and tunnels and what have you. It was once part of Falorm, the kingdom that was mentioned, the three crowns. It was a dwarven, elven, and human realm of 3 crowns, Falorm. And it was repeatedly attacked by powerful neighboring clans and eventually destroyed. And Delimbrian rose in Falorm's place, like a smaller kingdom in the ruins of a bigger kingdom. And then it also fell in turn, and this place hasn't been used by like civilization in about 900 years. It's just been left to rot and grow over and what have you. There's very little to mark it as a city above ground other than like a few ruins of buildings. So I assume you're following the map, right?
Yeah, we'll probably pull up the map at this point. Azor, I'll say Azor has it.
Okay.
Seems like the map.
Azul has the map and is reading the map and follows it to where the notification of the Raven, the Haven of the Red Quill is on the map that Makil has left you. And you find a vertical shaft that plunges deep into the bedrock with a crumbling stone staircase clinging to its stark gray walls. You can make a survival check if you want.
I got this.
Okay.
This is all me. I say this and watch what happens with this roll. Just watch.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, that's
that was a
good.
good roll.
21. Not
So,
bad.
Goma, you can tell that like no one has passed this way in years. The dust is thick. The stairs seem fine, but it's like very much a place no one has gone in a very long time. Like at least years.
This dust smells very old. And obviously you can see there are no footprints. Nobody's trod through these places in quite some time. And based on the level of mildew in the smell of the dust, I'd say it's been a few years since anybody came this way.
Azul.
Smell?
You hear a voice. It's the voice that you heard with the party previously, but it's only you now. And you hear the voice say, "That's it. Go below, destroy the ghost of Zirian the Scrivener, and free me."
He kind of like waits and looks at everyone to see if they reacted at all. And they did.
Just
They
looking
didn't
at
I
it.
react.
can't smell that. I mean, this canal's not for nothing, you know. Dragons have incredibly keen senses.
Like they're continuing to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So.
And I think since you notice that no one else replies, like or responds to it, it seems he realizes it's just him. So he's gonna try and respond in his head this time.
Sure, yeah.
It's like, how do we know this is the right thing to do? Why exactly were you trapped here?
Jealousy of my power. Like I said, any powerful being threatened traps their rival when they can't be destroyed.
Okay, how exactly can we free you? Just
destroy Zirian. Kill the ghost of Zirian the Scrivener. That will free me. Or will be a step towards freeing me. Zirian and his guardians.
And you said you'd give us a boon if we promise to do this?
Of course.
I could do with a boon.
You feel a shiver run through your body, and you are innately aware that you are capable of casting a spell. Hang on, let me
More spells.
Now.
More stuff.
let me find
boy.
let me find it for you. I have a lot of like little handouts that I can't remember.
Yeah, no, you're
Pick up
Where
the
which
level
one
of
it is.
mildew in the dust is you're smelling for certain things.
And like, you know, Goma's teaching Cyril about
Yeah.
tracking. Like,
It's
Definitely
it's
So-
listening.
There is a you are now capable of casting Shatter as a DC 16. For as an action for no components required. You can do it. And next time you finish your short or long rest after casting it, you gain temporary hit points equal to double your proficiency bonus.
Okay. I only need to add that so I know the DC. But,
It's DC 16.
Okay, DC 16.
That's back where you're from smells completely different and has like totally different qualities based on the type of like rocks you have and like. Do you guys get any precipitation down there? That has a lot to do with the way things smell as well.
Yeah, I think I could smell something down there. It smelled like evil and spiders.
This is very interesting, and honestly, Goma, I'm surprised that you haven't been out, at least adventuring very much, because you seem to have a lot of fieldwork knowledge.
I mean,
Very
I
good
got
on
to
you.
like go out into like the woods and like mountains that were like close to my monastery, like but like full on like out on my own adventuring wasn't something I got to do too often.
So, my friends, are you descending into the
Yes,
Haven?
I think Azul is kind of like ushering Goma while they're excitedly talking
you know,
about.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking if I'm happy to let Aki just keep talking about precipitation and stuff.
They're just that kid.
I know.
Yeah,
they're 100%
absolutely.
that kid.
Absolutely.
That kid grows up, moves to a galaxy far, far away, becomes one.
It's a slug throw.
Sokin Zyle.
All right. Well, I hope you have methods to get down this horrible hole.
It's got stairs around the edge. Yeah.
Oh, let's use my flying broom.
So,
you still can.
I still can.
I mean, I could technically probably run down this wall.
Yeah, you could. Yep.
I'm not willing to risk it, so I will watch you and cheer you on as I take the stairs like a safe individual.
Can both of you see in the dark?
Oh, absolutely not. And I usually am able to activate my sword, but that's not
but
anymore.
sword.
I do not have dark vision. No.
I believe I can help you with that.
Yes.
I think it's not concentration.
Do you want to check? I don't think it is either, but no.
Butterfly in the sky.
Yeah, 8 hours.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, and I can use a couple of second level spell slots on those.
Okay, so you cast like dark vision on both of the other party members.
Yeah, it's probably easier than worrying about light sources and stuff.
That's fine. It's fine by me. What does your spell look like? Give me some flowery description, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. So my dark vision cast, like most of my magic, is if magic could be useful sarcastically, I think is probably the best description of how I have to cast things, because of the sort of inherent drawbacks of my school that hurt me. So dark vision, since I already have dark vision, is I gather some light, kind of squinting, bringing it closer to my eyes. I have to I put them right over my face, and then I can kind of draw like the same color as my like silver pupils out and like throw them towards you, and they just like contact lenses, I guess. It hurts so much. Why is that how that works?
Don't you think you could talk to like your goddess and like maybe come up with like alternate ways so that her spells can be more accessible to you? Like accessibility and spell casting should be like a thing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely, you should be. Give me a second. We can start walking down. Just let me hold on to somebody's armor.
Yeah, you can hold on to
I'll
me.
be right in 5 minutes. Yep.
Who did you say your goddess was again?
Saloon.
Saloon, you think you can work something out here? Because this is not great.
I feel like it's definitely the dark side of her coming out here. I mean, the duality thing, she's being really mean, but also bright. It's just the whole time.
Yes, still.
So, my intrepid adventurers, you descend down into the haven of the Red Quill.
Every now and again,
you should be able to see yourselves at the bottom of the map there.
And like jumps the stairs a couple at a time.
Let me give you some description and so forth as we go. So getting down to the bottom of the staircase, a narrow spiral staircase descends 50 feet from the ruins on the surface. A weathered mosaic decorates the stairwell, depicting dwarves, elves, and humans working together to forge the realm of 3 crowns. The area reeks of decay, and a few birds fly out of the shaft. Like, they're like nesting in there and like fly out of there. The mosaic has tons of like imagery of the silver circlet and the adamantine crown and the golden crown from the dream that you saw. And if everybody could make a DC or make a dexterity saving throw for me as you head down the stairs.
28.
Should be decent
Like
at
I
this,
said,
'cause
every
I'm
now and
a-
again, Gummo will just jump the stairs a couple at a time.
Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, great. I'm gonna use luck.
Okay.
And reroll.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah. That's still not great.
Still not wonderful. So, Saranel and Goma are nimble and deft enough to avoid crumbling stairs as they head down. But our boy Azul just straight biffs it down the off the staircase and takes let me roll it.
70 damage.
No.
Half my
13
HP.
damage as you like fall off the edge of the staircase and bruise your butt on the fall.
Really? Sort of
Okay.
adventurous
Well, you all right?
stairs.
Yeah.
All right. Great. This is gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
no, I'm good. I just bruised parts of my body that I didn't know I could bruise.
So when you reach the bottom of the staircase, you can see in front of you an open archway at the base of the stairs that leads into another room. Through there, you can also see that the walls of that chamber in front of you are showing cracks and other signs of stress from the weight of 50 feet of earth and stone above, but have so far remained standing. The floor is covered in a thick layer of rot and debris, within which can be seen scraps of leather, the husks of countless dead insects, and bits of rusted metal. And a doorway in the far wall has collapsed and is fully blocked by a pile of rubble. This rubble here is like, it's impassable, basically.
Okay. Ooh,
Oh,
okay. Just give me
boy.
a sec. I need to stretch that out.
It's relatively easy to tell that this place looks kind of dangerous. Like the walls are buckling a little bit, and like it's not what you would call a safe locale for an underground tunnel to have like that much give.
You've been given a boon to cast Shatter in an unstable building.
This is gonna be
Oh,
fine.
Jesus.
Hey, I mean,
I didn't write that, but that's great.
Would you mind, Elf, making the health bars of everybody visible, as I might need to heal them during combat and so on?
Sure, yeah.
How about I go ahead really fast and take a quick look around?
are you sure you want to go ahead?
Can you be
I'm
quiet?
also fine with
I'm
going
very
ahead.
quiet
Very
when I
quiet.
want to be.
All right. Well, signal us when it's safe.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast invisibility on myself.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Can you see Gomez health bar now? Did I do it correctly?
I can, not the numbers, but the bar itself.
That's fine.
Yeah. No, the numbers.
I'm gonna go up
Oh,
ahead
I can
here
fix it.
a little bit, but I'm gonna wait until you say it's okay for me to move forward.
I mean, you can move forward. There's an impassable wall of stone collapsed in front of you.
What do I see to either side of me, or is
Oh my
it
God.
walls? Like, is this like just a room?
Is that working? I'm not getting it fast enough. So it's the room in front of you. Let me just take a look where you are. So you can't actually see past the rubble, except for like a little tiny bit. There's enough space that a small character might be able to squeeze through it, like with a really good check, but you're gonna have to move the rubble somehow if you want to like get through to the room behind it.
I'm pretty small. Hey, if somebody helps me out here a little bit, I might be able to squeeze through this hole.
Dragonborn aren't small though, are they?
Well, my Dragonborn is small. Like, they're 4'10", so they are technically a medium creature, yes. But in and of itself, I am a small,
I mean, it needs to be a small creature.
like an actual small,
Yeah.
like denoted small creature. Got it.
Yeah.
But even so, maybe a little bit overconfidently, Goma looks at the hole and goes, "I can fit through
Oh,
that,"
sure.
and like kind of looks back at them and goes, "I need a little help here."
Yeah, sure. Okay. If you think you can fit through there, and
Remove a couple of these pieces of rock, maybe I can.
Azul is gonna go and try and help move some of the rubble.
Sure.
Oh, all this manual labor. If only somebody could clear debris magically.
Can you?
No, I can't. I was wishing somebody could do that. No, I know I normally do things like that, but today I don't.
Could you give me a dexterity check, Aki, for Goma?
No. Dexterity check. Here we go. 27.
Yeah, you managed to squeeze through.
Like a lizard.
So you eke your way through there, and you end up in the other side, on the other side of the barrier, but like nobody else can follow you. So there's still not enough space. There's a bunch of rocks.
Oh boy. Okay. How can
I'm
I
gonna
help
take time to
you
try and
through?
get some rocks
But
out of the way.
let me.
Yeah, I'll pull some from my side as well. I think we can make.
Let
this a
me
team effort.
describe where you are first.
Okay.
So weaseling your way through the pile of rocks, you end up through a layer of debris and dead insects. Though a layer of debris and dead insects coat the floor in this area, its contents remain largely intact. 4 trestle tables, a side table set with what look like cups, and 24 chairs stand covered in dust. You can also see the rooms to your left and right, as well as to your north, like north, east, west directions. Let me just give you the rundown. To your left, over here, in this room, you can see decaying desks, chairs, and lecterns fill this chamber. Three smooth, 1-foot diameter crystal hemispheres protrude from the ceiling, evenly spaced along the center of the room from east to west. And a concave wall on the far side of the room, like over here, has a steel-banded stone door in the middle of it. 3 sharp-edged glyphs are cut into the surface of the door. It's like this door over here that you see.
Yeah, yeah.
And then to your north, sorry, I gotta go through all of these rooms because they're all very close to each other. Over here, the floor of that room is covered with filth and moldering debris and reeks of untold generations of rats. A faded fresco on the back wall depicts several human, elf, and dwarf wizards battling a black dragon.
Whoa. Grandpa?
And then over here, you can see that the chamber is filled with moldering wooden furniture. Only 3 bunk beds remain recognizable as what they are. There's like bunk beds in there. And all are close to collapse from rot. That's what it says.
I think I know which way we need to go. I'm gonna help pull some rocks out from this side. Hopefully we can get everybody through.
Can everybody make, if you're pulling rocks from the wall, could you make an athletics check for me?
Hey.
Or if you have mason's tools, you can use an intelligence with mason's tools.
Could I possibly assist Azul?
Sure.
Because my roll sucks.
Yeah.
And you probably have athletics.
I promise you, mine do too. I'm a dex-based fighter.
I am also a dex-based fighter, so this will be fun.
Oh no, strength.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
Yours is actually worse than mine.
I rolled a 10, so could have been worse.
Unfortunately, the DC is 15. And on a failed save, you take some damage as rocks fall.
Oh, great. I'm just
Rocks
taking
fall,
all the
everybody
environmental
dies.
damage.
So 9 damage for Azul and 10 for
Man,
Skoba.
that stinks.
I'm taking more damage from.
I'm just playing it the way it tells me to, guys. I
No,
can't
it's fair.
Oh,
It's great.
dungeons, man.
keep making checks, I guess. You know, like
I could cast fireball on it.
Wow. Oh,
Please
that
don't.
hurt.
Fireball pointedly doesn't do damage to stone or like explodes around it.
I know.
That would not help.
I straight up do not have, like, all my spells are assist spells at the moment.
You know what? I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Are you just gonna
Cast Shatter on the pile.
Okay.
Move back.
Do you tell
Come back.
Goma to step back?
Yes. I care too much about Goma's safety not to. It's gonna be like,
Someone
Goma,
will
could you
step
step back?
into the room that looks like it might have a picture of their granddad in it.
Okay, hang on.
Oh,
Oh
don't,
no.
don't go further. Oh, never mind.
So
Uh-oh. I'm gonna get attacked by a swarm of rats. What is the bad
It's the level 14 rookie adventurer mistake.
I mean, I'm not a rookie. I just never been in like a dungeon all by myself before. I've forgotten all the things to look for, like potential swarms of rats.
Are you just looking at? You're just looking at the fresco, right?
I'm just looking at it.
Okay.
I have not touched it. I'm just looking at it. Mostly
Uh,
just trying to figure out if this is a black dragon to whom I might actually be related.
Looking at the fresco, you notice that the dragon is as big as one would expect an adult black dragon to be, and it clutches a small chest in one of its foreclaws. This chest, like the dragon, is a flat image rendered as part of the fresco, but it has a deep half-inch diameter hole bored into it, like a hole that goes into the wall. And then the wizards that are fighting the dragon, like the dragon, are life-sized. So they're like, the correct size for what they would be. And one of them appears to be holding a 1-foot-long black wand. The wand is not part of the fresco. It's an actual iron wand embedded in the wall that looks like you could, like, take it. But you just moved back and you're just looking at it, so we'll leave that for a second and go back to the shattering.
Yes.
Okay. You just cast shatter on the pile. Is that what I'm? Is that what I'm hearing?
He's kind of like rush his hands together and then just aims and then claps, and you just see
blam, shatter, rubble. Just moves. I mean, it's rubble. It's like an explosion goes off, right? Shatter is loud as hell. It's like a 300. You can hear it 300 feet from where you cast it. It's like a big echoing spell that like echoes through the whole area. And the rubble is cleared and the walls creak ominously. And there is a little bit of like small debris that falls from the ceiling, as if the actual cave that the tunnel that you are in is buckling under the weight of the dirt above it. But it doesn't collapse. The debris is clear.
I had no idea if that was going to work. I was honestly like 80% sure it was going to collapse.
It literally doesn't tell me that you can do it that way. It literally is like, you gotta pass it by magical means or make strength checks 3 times.
It sounds anti-synergistic because clearly that it's done in a specific way. I don't know.
I mean, magical means could be. Clearing it by magical means sounds like shatter to me. So
yeah.
And it gives you shatter, and it still doesn't give you bad effects for doing something.
No, it doesn't. It does not say anything about the roof collapsing. So
well, I guess that's lucky for us.
Hey, guys, come over here and look at this.
Give me a sec, just stepping over this rubble. Spellcasting is very fun. I know very little spells, but this one is a dude.
Yeah, it's great.
You also cannot actually see Goma. You don't know where they are.
You just hear voice. Goma. Yeah, they're invisible.
Oh yeah, Goma, invisible.
I'm in the room to the north.
North, okay. Just tell me when I'm gonna bump into you. Okay, just let me know when I'm going to. Oh, wait.
Bump. Okay, so you're all in this room. Same information as before. You can see there's a big fresco. There's also like the floor is just covered in like rat turds and debris, and it's gross. It's difficult to like see what would be under that debris, because the floor is covered. So if there's anything on the floor, you can't see it right now.
That big black dragon was my grandfather.
If somebody would like to make a medicine check, I could tell you a little more about the debris.
Oh, what do I have?
I believe I'm trained in medicine.
I feel like that might be a you thing, Dave, but
yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
Does someone want to assist me with that?
I will.
Yeah.
I have a pretty decent medicine check.
An 18. Rubble.
Sorry, what did you roll? My bad. 18. So you notice that the stuff all over the ground is a lot of gnawed-on bone, which is definitely humanoid. Like decades-old bones of unknown adventurers that were killed by whatever is in here.
I have a good feeling about this place.
Why would there be bones?
This place. So, same information as I gave to the wonderful Goma minutes ago. Dragon looks to be life-sized, has a chest. On that chest, there is a hole that you can put something into, and there is a wand that looks like it would fit into that hole that you can take off of the wizards in the fresco who are also life-sized.
I think we should probably put this wand
No,
inside.
I think we should probably put this wand inside the
Why? Why not?
Well,
I mean, you
because
definitely-
presumably the other people who did so, the entirely obvious thing to do, are the scattered bones around us.
Oh, these are people. Oh,
Might be a trap.
I'm not saying it
It's
is or
attraction,
isn't,
maybe.
but, you know.
But also kind of cool.
See any
Wonder
other
if
way
it-
to progress, though?
No, it isn't. I saw a door in one of the other rooms.
Oh. Well, I believe we should pursue that first.
Are you sure? Are you 100% sure you don't want to touch the thing? It's a cool thing.
It is a pretty
to
cool
touch the thing.
As
Who's gonna press the big red button?
as the GM, let me demystify some things, because basically this is like, it's a one shot basically, and I don't want to like have you miss anything, right?
Thing.
This is inessential. The wand thing is not essential to the plot. But
just fun and cool.
it's potentially fun and cool. It might be dangerous too, but it's potentially fun and cool. You're level 14.
We're showing off the module. Let's do the stupid thing.
And the like
Don't worry.
the banded door is plot stuff. If you want to go to Iron Banded Door, that's where the plot is. Just so you know. I'm
Who's
just
gonna
gonna
press the
No,
big
don't worry.
red
We should
button?
do it.
You know
We
what?
should do it.
Actually,
This is Gomer's first adventure, right? Right, Gomer? This is your first adventure away from your family.
Yeah.
This would be a
mean,
good story to tell, whatever happens when you stick
I
this
could
thing
tell
in
them
there.
I found a picture of our one of our ancestors, and I did something cool.
Right,
Okay.
Okay. Let me just make sure that you don't walk up behind you, press my hand on your back, cast Death Ward, and you're like, right,
That's a good-
stand
nope.
like 50 feet back.
That's a good move. Okay, so Goma's gonna open it.
Yeah.
All right, Goma.
if that's cool with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is everybody else standing like far away or close?
Yeah.
Or I just
No.
I'm
wanna-
standing
no.
right next to Gomer.
Oh
I'm-
no!
I'm-
Okay, all
I'm
right.
right next to Gomer.
All right. So Goma,
Holding
you,
onto an invisible hand.
you walk up and you touch the wand, and as soon as you touch the wand, you feel a charge race through your fingers, and I need you to make a DC 17 Dex save, please.
Great, that's perfect for a monk. Oh, never mind.
Rough times.
You at the right level to retake those saves yet?
I am not. I do not think.
Oh,
Wait,
it's like a
hold on.
16 or
Let
17.
Let me
one.
actually check. Let me check. Maybe...
I have lucky, but I think that's only for
do
me.
you have
I don't think it can affect other
Do you
people.
have evasion as a monk? I think you do.
I do
right?
have evasion
Yes.
as a monk.
So you're probably
So,
you're only gonna take
yeah.
half damage anyway.
Because I didn't succeed. So
So you take. Hang on. I need you to make this dex save as well, Drak, because the lightning arcs from Aki to you.
Yeah. I'll do it.
It's a chain lightning spell, just so you know.
Seems legit.
I'm gonna use my lucky again.
Okey-doke.
43.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely using lucky. Yeah, I'm gonna use lucky. I'll save No, I'm gonna use indomitable. To roll again.
Ooh,
Okay, yeah, indomitable, yeah.
Did not
strong.
help. In the
Unfortunate.
slightest, no.
So Aki, you take half, so you take 21 damage. And Drak, I believe you take 43 damage as the
Yeah.
lightning
Nice.
races through your system.
you know,
Wow, I finally reached
everything is
below
fine.
100 HP,
But-
and it was all from
But
no
the
combat.
wand clearly does not have another charge. Like while you're holding it, you can feel the charge like leave the wand and go into you. So like you can freely touch it now. It's touchable now.
Okay,
Hurt.
Ooh, that hurt. Yeah, I did.
You alright? You going to die?
No,
I'm
I'm
not
just gonna.
feeling great, but I'll be okay. I
So-
don't think it's gonna hurt me again.
So I don't think it's gonna hurt me again. No, it doesn't. But you grab the wand, you take it off the wall. Whomp! It comes out of its indent pretty easily. Like you pull it a little bit and it comes free. What are you doing with it?
dragon must have his hoard.
Okay, so you're putting it in the hole. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, just give me a second. Only second wind.
No, it's like
okay, Drak second wind.
He starts to inhale, and the moment he starts to inhale,
yes.
Second wind is like a bonus action, so you manage it anyway.
Yeah.
You stick the wand into the hole, and it's a 1/2-inch hole in the fresco. It's as deep as the wand is long, and as you put it in, there's an audible click. There's like a clicking noise as the wand locks into place. And as you're looking up at the fresco, the dragon on the fresco starts to move. And the claws of the dragon reach like a 3D movie into reality and pull their way free of the fresco, and the head comes through the wall and like into reality as this like art-styled mosaic dragon turns into this real black dragon emerging from the wall.
Take it out now. Come on.
I regret my decisions.
It's clicked into place. You can't even remove it.
Goma's too excited to be scared. This is very cool for them.
And Goma, could you move back like 3 squares for me?
Sure.
Or like 2 squares? Yeah, there you go. Just because this thing, you have to get out of its way as it emerges into real space. A full adult black dragon that pulls itself free of the mosaic, and it like shakes itself off like it's got stiff muscles or like hasn't moved in quite a long time. And in an authoritative voice, it speaks, and it says, "Stand aside. I have no quarrel with you. I just want to be free of this cursed place." You stand aside.
Okay. Should we stand? I feel like excuse me, Mr. Dragon, sir. Actually, no, I'm not going to assume. What would you like to be referred to as?
I am Castellancer the Magnificent. Move or be destroyed.
I'm not a fan of your tone, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I'm standing there like a...
I just need to ask one question. If you do get out of here, what exactly are you going to do?
He looks like he's gonna eat you, is what he's gonna do. Like, you're standing in his way. There's a moment where the answer to your question is that he starts growling, and you see, like, dripping acid from his maw, is what happens.
Okay.
I'm going to move out from being in a straight line behind you.
Azul's going to raise his blade and point at the dragon and just say, I don't think we can let you out. It seems like you're not exactly the best person to be out there free.
Nope, chromatic dragons, bad times.
Chromatic
Let's
dragons
get him.
Usually evil. Yeah, and black dragons especially pretty bad.
Let's get him. Fight dragon.
Okay. Hang on. I wasn't expecting you to actually fight.
Azul's like, yes. I'm like, yeah.
Goma's like,
what? No. By the way, you can just say like, okay, and then move, and then it just leaves. By the way, that's, it's kind of
hard. Trying to live up to his father, and killing a dragon would be a great
Goma
story
is like
to tell.
100% convinced that this dragon is an ancestor of theirs. It has to be. So
okay, well, everybody.
I mean, how many black dragons are flying around? Not that many.
Not that many. I mean, you could roll a die to see if the name Castellancer the Magnificent means anything to you.
I would love to do that.
I think.
Let's say
Aki,
let's say roll a d20 on a 15 or higher. You know this dragon.
Okay, I'm rolling a history
you know
check.
this dragon as if it's a family member. You just know.
They're your great great uncle or some shit.
I only rolled an 11.
No, you've not heard of Castellancer the Magnificent, unfortunately. Everybody roll initiative.
my
Oh boy, do you have your initiative tracker up?
Let me check. Oh no, I don't. Good call.
It'll still count.
It'll still count. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Just wanted to
remember, click on your token before you roll.
Yeah. Yep. Roll 20 comes with.
Oh yeah, 23.
Built-in initiative tracker. don't have to have
First time
little
going
paper
into a
bits.
fight.
Oh no, there's
Don't
2
red
of you
dragon
in
it.
all of the. There's 2 of
Yeah.
you in each of the.
Oh dear.
I'll just remove the initiatives that you didn't roll. It's fine.
Yeah.
So there's no 25, so that 25 is not correct. So Renell.
Of course,
Boy, I'm
the adult
first. I need
black
to
Can
dragon
you
rolled a
can you
natural
guys
20 on the
just
initiative.
tell me what you rolled, so that I don't have to like look.
Yeah, 23.
Okay.
16.
Okay, 16. And Serenal, what was yours? 8.
8.
Okay.
Good old cleric initiative.
Wonderful. I would put it
So
in-
you can take damage and then I heal you.
send it-
Yeah, I mean, I'm nearly at half my total hit points right now. So.
Great.
So,
Great. It's gonna go well.
you're first, Azul.
Yes. And what I'm going to do immediately, as I am looking through everything that I have the
Remember that
ability
your
to do,
attuned magic weapon does not
doesn't work.
do any
Yeah.
attuned stuff. Yep.
That is very upsetting. Does sweep attack work? Because this counts as a huge creature, right?
They are a huge dragon. Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hex
Okay.
on them.
All right.
And because you just see, I guess, he points his sword at the dragon, and as he's pointing it, you see him muttering something under his breath. Probably in Draconic, 'cause I think a lot of spellcasting is in Draconic
Fair
anyway.
enough. Yeah.
And cast Hex on this dragon, and you just see
This dragon? I think you mean Costalancer the Magnificent.
on Constantine the Magnificent. You just see like shadows wrap around his wings and legs. I'm gonna make everything or his dexterity checks with disadvantage.
Does he get a save, or are you?
No, Hex just happens.
All right. Cool. Just checking.
And then he's gonna run towards this dragon and slash at him with
I
this
love
sword.
it. I love it. Bring it.
And let me just remove because I don't get any fire damage, and I don't want to keep seeing that and be upset about
Being
Yeah.
sad. Yeah.
Wait, flame tongue's a +1 or +2 normally?
It's not a plus anything. It's just
Oh, it's not.
extra fire damage. Yeah.
Okay.
So 28 is
So-
plenty.
It's 9 damage plus hex. 1 1
All right.
necrotic damage with that.
That's 10 damage, but you get multiple attacks because you
Yes, it's
have
4,
multiple
right? Or
attacks.
3?
It's 3.
3. Okay, so yeah, it's
3
gonna
at
keep
this level,
attacking.
yeah.
Then that doesn't hit.
Probably not a 12.
Guessing that the last one does though.
12 doesn't. Last one does for sure. And you do another hex because I think that's how
Another
hex
9
works. Right?
piercing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another 1.
Yes.
What is
Okay.
happening? Wait.
This
20
this level 14 fighter damage. 20.
20 total damage. All right.
Oh,
It
I'm
is
sorry.
it is Costalancer the
Okay.
Magnificent's turn. I assume, unless you have anything else you wanna fill me in on before I move on.
No, that's it. That's it.
All right, Costalancer the Magnificent. Everyone who can see Costalancer, please make a Wisdom saving throw.
Right. Okay.
yes.
Fuck. I'm gonna use lucky.
How many times can you use? It's 3,
I
right?
have 3. Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
also
this
have
is the last
Indomitable,
one.
which I have
All
1
right.
more of.
All right.
so-
Aki makes it plainly.
Whoa. Okay. 19.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Okay, none of you are frightened by the
Yes.
malefic aura of Costalancer.
Natural 20 on that wisdom.
No,
save.
20.
Right.
But that
It's like, Frightened.
unfortunately, you looking at him is not an action for him. So he's gonna
Oh damn it.
he's gonna
Yeah.
do some stuff. He can make 3 attacks, so he's just gonna bite and then claw at you in front of him. He doesn't see any opportunities for good
Oh,
breath
okay,
attacks.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna lay into you, Azul.
Yeah, that's fair.
With a bite and then 2 claw attacks.
Why can't we be friends?
Only one of those hit. The 30.
The
claw
30 hits? Okay. That's 13 damage.
Ooh.
That's
Clangs
not
against
too
his
bad.
shield.
I don't know what the roll was like, but actually that was that's not a bad roll. It's not
Oh,
terrible.
I'm gonna roll Constitution. I mean, I would automatically say. I mean, might as well roll it, just in case I get in that one. Okay, no. Okay, cool. Got my concentration
The
hex up.
claw does 2d6 plus 6 for your illumination. So 13's not terrible. And that's his turn. Goma.
Right. Goma is gonna rock up, come up around this way.
Goma's currently invisible, right? Yeah.
Yes. So I make all of my attacks with advantage. I'm gonna
Dragon
set
probably
my-
has true seeing, right?
I mean,
We don't know that
I
yet.
don't know.
Wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
But is it okay for me to roll with advantage?
The dragon does know you're there. It has blind sight up to 60 feet. So
That's the one.
Then just a regular roll then?
just regular rolls, yeah.
Cool. That's 22 for the first one.
Hits.
I'm going to then make my unarmed attack. That's a 12, which I don't think hits.
12 does not, unfortunately.
I'm gonna spend a key point for flurry of blows.
Okie doke.
That's my bonus action. That's a 19 for 13.
19
I'm gonna
does
spend
hit.
another key point for a stunning strike.
Okay.
So I need DC. What's my DC? I wrote this down somewhere. So
It's wisdom plus proficiency modifier, I think.
Wisdom plus proficiency. So that's 10 plus 3 plus 5, so an 18.
An 18? What kind of save? Con? Or
Yep.
Aki, is it? Sorry?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I like the people who have the skills to tell me. He makes it.
All right, and then there was one more attack in that flurry of blows. There's 28 for 6 more damage, and I'm going to try and stunning strike again.
Okie doke. You're spending another
Monk special.
You're spending another key point, right? Just make sure to keep track of your key, because
I am.
14 of them.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot, but it's still a finite amount.
Yep.
It's true.
Okay, so second stunning strike. Let me roll again. Does he make it? He uses a legendary resistance and makes it.
Boo. All right, and that is my turn.
Okay, let me just calculate all that damage up. So the way the overlay is laid out, I have to like keep the rolls separate, so I keep having to like click back to the rolls to be able to like see what the rolls are.
So I hit
7,
3
6
times.
is-
It's 26 damage.
Yeah, 26 damage. Yeah, wonderful. 26. Cool. All right. He looks very irritated at your punches and kicks and quarterstaffs. Serenel, you are up.
I think we're probably gonna go ahead and start with since my allies should be out of the radius of it. I'm gonna cast Dawn.
Okay. He's gonna roll. That wasn't a link to it, unfortunately. Whatever that was.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm just going to try and put it. Actually, I'd need to move to do this. And I'll cast it in the back corner, so hopefully my friends don't get hit by it.
So
how big is it? 30-foot radius.
It's a 30-foot radius. Yeah, it's pretty big.
It would hurt my allies.
It would definitely hurt your allies a lot. Yes.
All right, let's not do that.
By a big amount, it would hurt them. Yes.
What happens when you have 2 melee fighters in an enclosed space?
So, what would you prefer to do?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Guardian of Faith works like since they're standing in it, because it doesn't hit them if they end their turn in there. I think we're probably just gonna go ham. I think we're just gonna do. Yeah, I think we're just gonna cast Sunbeam on it. To be honest.
Okay.
So basically, it's going to be a DC 20 Constitution save, or take 68 radiant damage.
Is there any other effect if it fails the save, or just more damage? Because it's still showing me Dawn for your Sunbeam. Like,
it's above.
It's above it, yeah.
Oh. when I click show, okay.
It's also blinded.
He uses legendary resistance and makes it. I already rolled a con save, so I'm just gonna have him legendary resistance it.
Yep, that's fine.
And the damage is
13 would be halved, so it'd be 6.
Okay, 6.
Wow.
Adult black dragons, they're jerks.
It's fine. He's used up 2 of them. There's a lot more stunning strikes coming.
It's true, yeah. Azul, you're up.
So Zorn, still a little bit frustrated that he can't get his flame sword to light up in flames. He's gonna go the opposite route and use Hoarfrost, and you just see a coating of ice just come up his blade with his bonus action, and then he's gonna attack this thing again.
Bring it, bring it, bring it.
3 times.
Sword misses.
Oh damn it.
Misses again.
God damn it.
Does not miss. Yeah, you get that one.
And I'm gonna make this one a maybe I can choose afterwards. So I'm gonna make this one a distracting strike.
Okay.
Which means I can spend 1 superiority to distract it. Yeah, and then add that to my attack's damage. And next roll, attack against the attacker before the end of my turn gets advantage on that first attack.
Cool. Yeah, so you're giving advantage basically to Goma on their first attack. Yeah. Yeah, 8 with superiority die, 10 piercing damage. So 18.
And Hoarfrost, I think.
And Hoarfrost.
9.
9.
That's a
okay,
good hit.
So 8, 9, 17 plus 10 is 27. 27.
Yes. 27 damage.
Okay.
Oh, and Hex is still on.
Oh, yeah, roll Hex too. Roll Hex too.
And 3 extra.
3 extra,
damage.
30 odd damage.
Very nice.
Wonderful. He's looking very annoyed at you.
Would you like to know the fun thing about me casting Sunbeam?
Sure.
It is sunlight, so I give myself sunlight sensitivity disadvantages. Yeah. So thankfully, it is a saving throw spell. I can't look at my own cast.
Let's see.
I just loved it. That's why I took it, even though it's like not super useful anymore.
And yeah, that's the end of my turn. I now have Hoarfrost on my blade.
Okay, I think he's just gonna lay into you with melee again. I think that's my best option.
Come at me. I'm the meaty boy of this group.
Bite, claw.
Oh, fudge.
That looks pretty nice for me, yeah. So the first one is gonna be 16 piercing and 4 acid damage from the bite as his maw just closes around you.
That's 20. Okay.
The critical claw is gonna be 19 slashing damage.
Ooh,
and the non-critical claw is gonna be 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
You still up? You okay,
I'm still
fam?
Yeah, I'm still up.
Azul has like 100 something hit points. Yeah, they're okay.
Even
I'm
so,
barely, not so much anymore, but
well,
I think I have 52 now.
We'll have more than.
Well, you're wearing the dragon down too, so it's not all bad. That's the dragon's turn. So Goma, you are up. The dragon is distracted, so yes, you have advantage.
Advantage on this first strike, which is awesome. Here we go.
22 is a hit.
6 damage. Then here comes
the stunning strike, I assume.
Stunning strike. Yeah. Yep. But it's not gonna hit. So flurry of blows. Again.
Okay, yeah, that one didn't. Did you stunning strike on the quarterstaff, or is it only unarmed?
No. I don't know if it's only on unarmed attacks. It's not only on unarmed attacks, but I might be.
I think it's any weapon, any weapon attack.
But yeah. I didn't try it on the first.
Okay,
one.
You didn't try. I just wanted to know like where we were at. All right, so you missed the first unarmed strike. I have and
I'm
go ahead.
spending for flurry of blows.
Cool.
Here comes the second one. Gonna miss.
It's also a miss, unfortunately.
One more. Here we go.
There you go. That'll hit.
That one will do the.
That one will be the stunning strike. Okay.
So
that is roll
14 damage.
Con save. I'm gonna have to use my last legendary resistance, so he's not stunned. And then 14 damage. So.
And I think that is my turn.
Cool.
I've used my action and my bonus action.
All right, Saranel, you're up.
All right, sweet deal.
I am not feeling good. I am bloody. So I'm just kind of like wobbling there.
I'm not quite bloodied yet, but I'm getting.
It's a good thing there's a big beefy fighter standing there, or the monk would be in trouble for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go. How far would I have to be? Oh, I don't want to be that close, but I will. All right, friends. All right. We'll swap from DPS mode to healing mode.
Oh shit! Serenel's bringing the light of saloon.
Light of saloon. I'm going to do the setup because I don't think it can take you down in one go. So I'm going to do the setup, casting Beacon of Hope first.
Okay.
So that's just a buff that when I heal people within that, or they make wisdom saves or anything.
Yep.
Yeah, so my spell should be a decent bit better.
Okay, sweet. So you've set the beacon. Anything else?
The beacon's lit.
Unfortunately, that's it for me.
Okay, Azul.
Azul is going to do one more thing to boost his damage output. Activate his Eldritch Claw tattoo.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just under the oh no, I said it was like a really embarrassing tattoo spot. Yeah, so no one knows where it is. but that tattoo glows a dark purple for his bonus action as he activates that, and that adds an extra 1d6 force damage to his attacks, and also increases it by.
All right.
I mean, he just woke up in someone's bed that he didn't recognize with a tattoo he doesn't remember having. Yeah, and then he's gonna attack with that and hope they hit. 15 hit?
No.
Oh no, I don't think so. A nat 20 must hit.
That's it. That's the
And
one.
There you go.
a 19.
19 hits too, just.
Okay, so that's the damage for the first hit. That's
48.
48 damage. Yes, and then for second, that's another 23 damage as he slashes
71
into this thing.
Damn. Fighters,
Good
man.
hits.
So at the end of your turn, I'm going to use a legendary action.
Oh boy.
Great.
Okay.
How much damage was that? Sorry, just calculate that for me.
71.
30.
I think.
Does that include? Oh yeah, it includes Wolf Rush. Yeah.
Sorry, how much? What?
71.
71. Okay.
I don't think you did include Warfrost.
No, it does. I just checked the breakdown when you hover over the damage.
Okay.
It includes it. Yeah.
I'm gonna use a legendary action. Everybody within 10 feet of the dragon, please make a DC 19 dexterity throw, a saving throw.
DC 19.
Coolio. Let's
Okay.
defeat this so we can invade it.
God damn it.
23.
I'm going
Nice.
to use my last Indomitable to
Okay.
make this because I'm hurting.
Roll it
I need
up.
to make this. Nope.
Oh dear.
You fall prone as the wings of the dragon flap and buffet the air.
That's not
I
good.
believe I do not, correct?
No, you're good. Yeah. And you take. Let me roll the damage.
No damage.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I was like,
It's not you. It's not you. I'm worried about. And you take 2d6 plus 6. You take 12 damage as well. Azul.
Too bad. Okay.
Could have been worse.
Before anything happens, I need to ask because I want to ask how this works. If I use lucky, because I can use lucky to give someone else bad luck, basically give them a disadvantage.
You've used 3 luckies though. You don't have another one.
I used 2.
Oh, you used.
Doing the Indomitables as well.
Yeah, Indomitable
Oh,
as well. I
right.
put
You're
2
right.
Indomitables,
Yeah,
3
you're right.
luck.
You're right. You're right. Okay. What? Sorry. What?
Yeah. So would they just have to reroll, or would it take? I don't know how disadvantage works since we all seem to be rolling automatically with advantage. So we kind of see it. How is that?
If you choose afterwards, you don't immediately get the advantage you rolled. You have to reroll.
Reroll. Okay.
It's
cool.
just like
Okay.
to see what it would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to lucky it, you can. Now's the time, I guess. I don't.
Yes, I'm going to, because I'm prone is most likely going to attack me. I'm going to use lucky, my last lucky, and make them roll at disadvantage, which just cancels out the advantage because I'm prone.
The first attack.
Okay, for their first attack. Okay.
For their first attack. Yeah.
I was just trying to decide if you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Got it. I was just unsure what we were doing. So first attack at normal is the bite. Then
Yep, that
2
misses.
claw attacks.
The last claw hits.
The last claw hits, but the others don't. For 11 slashing while you are prone.
Oh boy.
And I believe that is it for me.
All right, here we go. Okay, I am going to use one of my cool shield.
Me first. Me first.
No, not you first.
No,
Not you
it's my
first at
turn.
all. It's Goma's turn.
Oh,
What the
we
hell are
went
you
around a
talking
bunch
about?
of times, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
because
at
I
the top
skipped
now.
Goma, so I went back around.
Oh, sorry.
Go, Aki.
I
You're
apologize.
cool. You're cool. I'm going to use one of my cool shield monk abilities called Vaulting Strike. Let me put that in chat for you. As a bonus action on my turn, I may spend a key point to vault myself into the air, leaping 15 feet in any direction. And if I take an attack action immediately following that leap, I have advantage on my first melee attack. And I score a critical hit on a 19 or a 20. So I'm first going to leap 5, 10, 15 over here.
Okay.
I'm going to land. And let me go ahead and make sure I spend my key point. Do that. And now I'm going to make my quarterstaff attack at advantage. Hopefully,
Okay.
I roll well. I do.
29. Very
For
nice.
That's a
11
19.
damage.
That's a
That is
19.
Very close to nat 20.
No,
Yeah.
it counts as 19 or 20 on your.
It was.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Shit,
Oh,
you're
it's
right.
19.
You're right.
So
Roll
I'm
the
going
damage.
to
Just click the damage
roll
a
my
second time.
damage one more time.
And we'll see what the dice are.
Hold on, it won't let me.
Just roll another d6. That's score staff.
All right. Give me a second. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Falling apart up here. I'm so excited.
I'll do sweet floor.
Oh,
Okay.
damn, max damage.
All right.
17. Not bad.
17 on the first hit.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and stunning strike that shit.
Sure. Let me roll a con save for you.
If you're saying anything we can't hear you, Alfred, I don't think.
I just said let me roll a con save for you.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't make it this time. Or wait, what's
No,
the
he
DC?
does.
18. Yeah, he doesn't make it.
All right. So I have
Ooh.
advantage on all the rest of my attacks.
Okay.
Here we go. 28 for 11 damage.
He's
I'm
dead.
Going...
He's dead. He's
dead.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to heal anyone.
I mean, you still can.
The dragon groans and falls to the ground with a like a long-necked brachiosaurus style flop. And you can see the debris has been cleared from the ground by all the like action and whatever, and that there's a little trap door on the floor that looks like has the same kind of bands in it as the chest that was in the door.
Yeah, did the chest and its claw come out with it?
The chest did not, but I just told you there's a trap door on the floor that looks very similar to the chest.
I
Oh,
wonder...
sorry, I thought you said banded door.
Goma
Apologize.
immediately kind of scrambles on top of the dragon and is starting to try to pull a scale loose. Like, they can't, obviously, but they're going to try.
You trying to pull a scale off?
I want to make a hat. One of those really cool, like,
You're just
what
pulling.
hat?
You're just pulling with your hands. No way.
All right, just so
Very enthusiastic,
It's all
you
just
know.
on the ground on his back, like.
just so I don't forget, I will cast 2 maximized mass cure wounds, so
Okay.
you both get 58 hit points back.
Oh,
Oh,
hot damn! I'm
thank
back
you.
at full. Thank you.
Oh,
Welcome.
I am.
Would you
still
like to know the-
technically bloodied, I
Would you
think.
like to know
Yes.
the contents of the trap door before we end for today? We don't have a lot of
Yes.
time, so I wanna get you that before we're
Phew.
done.
That was
A
fun.
bunch of magic items you can't attune to.
There are several magic items. In fact,
no.
it is correct. Let me just find the details. Where are my
Ain't that always
details?
the way?
So,
that the way?
digging through the trapdoor, you find a potion of fire giant strength, which none of you can drink or have any effect with, and a bundled up robe of eyes.
We attuned to that?
Nice.
I mean, is that a
I
thing we
mean,
should attune to?
Dave can.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Unless it's like a wizard only one. I know there are some.
Here,
I'm
I'll just show it to
looking
you.
up.
Here it is.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah, required attunement.
If you have tryptophobia, sorry.
It lets
Yeah.
you see in all directions and have advantage on wisdom checks, dark vision, and also you can see invisible creatures and objects, as well as into the ethereal plane.
Yeah, sure. I'm putting that straight on.
Yeah.
A light spell or a daylight spell cast within 5 feet makes you be blinded. Great.
Yeah.
More of my spells are going to blind
Sensitivity to light. More of it. Great.
Oh.
There you go. Robe of Ice.
Sweet
Enjoy.
Okay.
You also have a potion of fire giant strength, but all of you are cursed enough that you can't actually use it. So.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother putting it on the sheet.
Don't worry about it.
Be so good for you.
And with that, we will end our session for today, friends. Which means that we have some more dungeon to explore next session. Not a whole lot, but some more. You know, I know I chided you into engaging with the dragon a little bit there.
It was fun.
It was fun,
very fun. I mean, a black dragon board fighting a black dragon.
If we're showing off the module, we want to be like this cool fresco that has a dragon in it. You should touch it.
Twitch.tv/D&D. One of those D's is for dragon.
Yeah,
we did it.
Surprisingly, yeah.
In a dungeon.
We are in a dungeon with a dragon.
Yeah.
We did the whole thing.
We win.
We
the
win.
whole game.
We won.
We just leave now.
We win.
Don't have to come back next week.
So, let's do some shout outs and make sure people know where to find our various awesome cast members. Drak, why don't you get us started?
Okay. Hi, I'm Drak or Draconics. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. Actually, I'm all over the place. That's probably the best place to find me and figure out where I am and when I am. I'm glad I got to use some cool spells. Still very upset that I can't use my tuned item.
Sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you.
It's honestly a really good curse. Honestly, I find it very funny. Cause I definitely had the headcanon that the sword was a gift from his dad. So the fact that it's completely useless to him right now I find it very funny. But yeah, I can't wait for next week.
Heck yeah, Dave.
I think it's my first dragon I fought in a game of D&D.
Well, there you go, Black Dragon. So there were a lot more legendary actions I could have used, but I also didn't want to there are only 3 of us, right? So I have pulled some punches from the module in general, and that was one of the ones I decided to mess with.
Appreciate that.
Anyway, Dave, you're next.
Hiya. Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it for those of you that make it. Because we are back, sticking with us through the small hiatus.
Yeah, sorry about the 3 weeks.
Appreciated. Can't do anything about it, but you know how it is. Momentum and all that. If you'd like to follow me, I'm at Dave_the_human on Twitter. And I'll see you again probably on Friday on Elf's channel for Star Wars Desperate Gamble.
Yes, Desperate Gamble. And, of course, Aki, please tell us where we can find you and what you do and stuff.
Hi, everybody. I'm Aki. I was really high energy today. Thank you, everybody, for riding with me on that whole thing. You can find me on Twitter over at MixGenie in a Bottle. That's MXGINIINABOTTLE. My entire streaming schedule can be found on my personal Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ShidariAki. That's SHIDAREAKI. You can catch me tonight over on Q Times playing Blood of the Void, the Klingon Star Trek RPG that we play with the Streampunks. That's at 6:30 p.m. PT. And then, of course, you can catch me for part 2 of Bluebeard's Bride tomorrow over on RP Game Changers with IndieCade Twitch. That's happening at 3 p.m. PT. And the final part of Cobwebs will be happening on Wednesday night over at Saving Throw Show at 7 PT for All Games No Masters. And that's what I'm up to this week, aside from Desperate Gamble, which our lovely Dungeon Master will tell you more about.
Heck yeah. And of course, there's me. Hi, I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter at DistractedElf. I run this show and also a show. Well, I run the show right now and another show over on my own channel called Star Wars Desperate Gamble. I do a GM stream for it at 1 p.m. PST on Thursdays, and then the actual game is on 1 p.m. PST on Fridays on twitch.tv/DistractedElf, like I said. The other thing I'm doing at the moment is I'm on a couple shows for Roll For It coming up or currently in progress, one of which is a Warhammer 40k Imperial Guard thing called The Last Ditch. I've got one more episode of that on Sunday, where we see if I die or not, because the GM has told me all characters are expendable, life is cheap, but I've managed to not die so far, which is good. And I have a heavy flamer, so I mean, you definitely want to see that action. And then I am starting on a show on Saturday called Agents of the Darkest Night or something like that, and it's like vampires and super spies.
That sounds so you.
It's run by Grant Ellis over on Roll For It, so you should definitely check it out. It's gonna be fun. That's on Saturday. Yeah, cool. The other thing we have to shout out, of course, is Roll20. If you like the module that we were doing and you're like, you know what would be really great if I could have that map and all the other maps for all the Candlekeep Mystery stuff and just be able to run it like right out the box without having to do too much prep, and my friends can all enjoy it with me on the internet from any distance that you possibly want, you can buy the module over on www.roll20.net. Roll20.net. It is a virtual tabletop for your wildest tabletop dreams. I don't have a good tagline for it other than do it.
I got you. Don't worry.
You got one, Dave? All right.
I definitely saw people in chat saying, I really like the idea of that dynamic lighting. Just between you and I, keep an eye out tomorrow for an announcement that probably has something to do with that, though I'm not sure what. It's probably fine. It's only a day.
Follow Roll20, Roll20's Twitter at Roll20app, and you'll hear more about it. I'll probably retweet it as well, so you hear about it if you follow me too. Cool. And with that, thank you, my dear friends, for joining me for today. I'm very excited, energetic about being back on the D&D hype. I'm a fan of D&D, and I feel like I missed it. You know.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week with more Scrivener's Tale. See how this all shakes out. Evil curses, all that business. See you later. Bye.